on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody, wherever you're watching from. I really appreciate y'all joining me. Man, we've got a good live stream today, man. This is one I probably should have did a long time ago. I think it's important, especially if we go back and forth about it. I was talking with Bobby G last night, and he brought up some great points. Let me get this peso exchange for Jay real quick. $49.94, Jay. The subject of the live stream today is get rich slowly in the Philippines, achieving financial freedom. I was, how you hear that everybody wants to get rich quick, that get rich quick scheme. Well, I was looking on the internet, man, and I ran across this guy. His name is J.D. Roth, R-O-T-H, J.D. And he's got a blog. It's called Get Rich Slowly. And he gives, some financial advice, ways to get to reach financial freedom. And that's where I got it from, because a lot of things he was talking about, man, he hit me square in the face. But let me welcome my new viewers and subscribers. Hey, Luis Martinez, what's going on? And also thank the NTZ. I see John Wells on here for everything y'all do, man, really, to keep this a safe and respectable live stream. I did cut off that stupid slow mode, man. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking that it was going to slow this over here from going up and down, but it slowed y'all down. I won't do that again. Hey, Travel Mike, good to see you. I see Sam Champion's on here. But yeah, guys, let's talk about this. But first, let me say that this COVID over here, man, it's really getting out of control. That Octa research group here that's been putting out a lot of predictions, man, they've been right on the money. It was 26,000 cases yesterday. And I was talking to Bobby G and said, because of the testing numbers, it's probably 70 or 100,000 cases, really. Nothing that they tried over here has really worked. The only thing that's really going to help over here is the sorry, guys, I'm trying to get this together. It's getting everybody vaccinated, man, because it's out of control. I mean, that's the most since this thing started. I mean, way above that. They're talking crazy numbers, man, if nothing happens over here. But I don't know what's going to happen. Hey, Ingram Davis. Man, Ingram Davis sent me the funniest damn picture yesterday. It was a damn electric outlet with a joint, smoking a joint. He said, I see why my electric bill was so damn high last month. That was funny, man. I needed that too. But first of all, let's talk about, here's the definition of financial freedom. Now, financial freedom really is like success. Everybody has their own definition of it. I'm going to give it to you from what the dictionary says, and then, we'll talk about what our definition is, the meaning. It says, having enough savings, investments, and cash on hand to live as you desire now and in your later years. I think that's a pretty good definition. You got to ask yourself, what does financial freedom mean for you? Does it mean I'm debt free? Doesn't mean I'm earning more money than bills. You know, uh, I came over here. The most unlikely places, the Philippines, taught me how to live, man. I was too busy working and worrying over there to even live. I was talking to Bobby G last night, and I told him, I said, man, believe it or not, I've been thinking about getting off this hamster wheel in the 80s when I was in the Navy, man. The Navy opened my eyes, and they never closed again about getting out of that hamster wheel. We went to Brazil, and, man, we had filet mignon, and it comes with, I think they serve the green beans and potatoes or something, and a bottle of wine, man. It was a little bit over $3 and something. This is in the 80s now, but still, that was super cheap. And I started thinking then, my mind started thinking then. But then when I got out of the Navy, I got into drugs and drinking real bad. And I put that dream on hold. But the minute I stopped drinking, man, I promise you, it started again. Like, man, I got to get the hell out of here, man. I got tired of living a life where that was dictated really by how much money I had in the bank and my work schedule. I work, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a 7-day a week thing with me. If I wasn't at work, I was thinking about work. I never caught a break, man. But financial freedom is some benefits to it. And, let's talk about some of the benefits. Hey, I love LaChon. He said, I know it happens every live stream. Puerto Rico said, what's up, bro? Steele says, hey, sir, let's get rich. I'm talking about not so much rich, but just to the point where I'm able to really live the life I want to live, guys. How many of us are really doing that now? When I was working at DuPont Chemicals, I had some great jobs. This was in like the early 90s. The big thing was fifth wheels and RVs. A lot of people that I'm working with, they'd go out and get these big things, but they could only enjoy them, 2 or 3 days a month. I'm like, why would you spend all that money if all you can do is enjoy these things a couple of days a month, and then you got to work your fingers to the bone just to afford them? I mean, have you ever thought about getting to the point where you can enjoy this fifth wheel every day if you wanted to? See, that's where I was. What's up, Robert Sanford? Let me read you what I wrote down, because my man's not that bad. I mean, not that good. I became tired of my life being dictated by my bank account, my work schedule. When I wasn't at work, I was thinking about it 7 days a week. I'm not a damn robot. This system over there is suited for a robot. That's why the AI has become such a focus over there, and that's a fact, man, So when I got over here to the Philippines and this low cost of living over here, it did something for me. I'm not a Bill Gates type guy, nothing like that, but one thing is done. My credit scores went up 93 points because I'm not applying for any new credit. No one's inquiring. I'm paying my bills down. I'm achieving some financial freedom because I've got more money. The cost of living over here is cheaper, see? So I've got more money to do things and focus on things that's more important, man. And I tell you what, man, it's crazy. Come on, man. Let me hear from some of you guys. And also, another thing me and him was talking about last night, and he said this to me. I don't know if he knows I got a video on that. It's called Foreigners Will Be Attacked When They Come to the Philippines. And I didn't mean by Filipinos. I mean by your friends and family and like that, your co-workers. When you make the decision that you're going to get out of line, you're going to get off that hamster wheel, and you're going to move somewhere else like the Philippines, Bobby G said he lost a lifelong friend. Said a lifelong friend hung up on him when he told him his plans. He said he was out on a date with a woman, and she wanted to get closer, but he said, hey, I may not be here. I'm thinking about moving to the Philippines and retiring. Said he hasn't spoken to her since. You know, so come on, guys, let me know where y'all are in the situation. Hey, Mac Dre 7, what's going on? Ashiru Brown. Hey, Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience, good morning. Pumpkin Joe's, I think he's younger than me, so, you know, where are y'all at with this financial freedom, man? You know, because I know a lot of guys, by this time, you should be either thinking about it or almost to that point. In the guy JD Roth that I told you, and I'll put his link. I think I'm gonna put his link in here after this is over with, because he's got some good information, and it kind of tied into my blog today. That's why I'm talking about him, because here's what he said. He said, where you choose to live is going to have a big impact on your financial success. But what he was doing, he was comparing Portland, Oregon, and I think Toledo, Ohio, or somewhere in Virginia, because he was talking to a couple who had moved from Portland to either Virginia or Ohio, and they were talking about, oh, now we got this 3-bedroom house, 2 bath, such 1,000 square feet, and it only cost us, I think they said 200 and something thousand. Well, the same house he was talking about in Portland was going to cost like 730,000. So he said, where you decide to live, where you choose to live, is going to have a great impact on your financial success. And see, that ties right into why I moved to the Philippines. See, I've been more successful financially because it's a whole lot damn cheaper over here to live than it does in America. You know, I'm living the life I always wanted to live over there, but I wasn't able to. I was too busy working, too busy worrying. Now I come over here where I don't have all them bills, all that pressure, all that stress on me. Now I can do the things that are important to me. I can go to places I always wanted to go. See what I'm saying? I was able to retire at 55, which is going to give me more time, guys. You know, I've got more money now. What else was another benefit was that I put down here? It says more money it's more with this financial freedom. It says more control. See, I'm not being driven by the bills, you know, making choices that aren't influenced by my bank account. It says more money to invest or spend as I like. Take more trips, more time to do the things you enjoy. It's more, guys. And if we be honest, man, you know that a lot of us, we're not there yet, man. You know, we're not there yet. Hey, Sperling Edwards, what's going on? Puerto Rico said, I never believed in that COVID, bro. Yeah, but we're not going to get on into that today, guys. You know, we're talking about freedom today. See, I wanted true freedom, financial freedom, personal freedom, religious freedom, freedom, man. You know, that's what I got when I came over here. Because in America, which is all I can talk about, I've never lived in France or Britain or Australia or anything like that. The financial pressure is so tough on you, man, that's all you worry about. It runs your life. It drives you. It dictates you. You don't have any time to do anything else. But when I came over here, man, my life changed. Thomas King said 26,000 cases. Thanks, China. Yeah, it's bad over here right now, guys. Hey, Jose in Luzon, what's going on? Jacob Tanjay, good to see you, brother. I appreciate it. And there's some guys over here who, like John, like Texas to Zoe, Jose in Luzon, you know, they see what I'm talking about. a damn bug. They're experiencing it. See, this isn't something that somebody told me or something I read somewhere. I'm living it, man. You know, I'm living it. I'm totally different than what I was over there. Them bills had me, man. I mean, you know, it's too much over there, man. And I had to find a better way to live, man. You know, it's just all it is. That's all it was, man. I'm telling you now. Hey, Gil Bellamy. Thomas King says I couldn't work 7 days a week. Was the pay worth it? No, I wasn't working 7 days a week, but my man was working 7 days a week, Thomas. If I wasn't paying bills, I was worrying about the damn bills. I'm telling you, man, I was working and worrying. I wasn't living over there. You know, see, when I grew up poor, so I grew up with a consumer mindset. I wanted to buy as much stuff as I could. I thought that was going to make me happy. Not realizing the consequences that come behind that, man. When you see, hold on, these guys driving around these big fancy cars and stuff, I didn't realize at the time, man, hell, there was 4 and 5 years of financing behind that, you know. Scott Tripler said, hopefully your hard work boosted your Social Security, brother. Gravity 62. I am. Hold on, guys. My water people are here. I'm the water share. I get it. I see the one and the two. Thank you. I'm good. Good morning. Yeah, I'm back. That was my water, people. I apologize for that. Yeah, I'm taking man at 62, Scott. I don't care what people say because I want to live. You know, I want to live the life I want to live. Not that somebody else wants me to live. And a lot of times that's what we're doing over there. You know, they'll tell you, man, you crazy. You're going to quit that job with all that money. You need to stay there for 10 more years and get as much retirement and blah, 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 Social Security as you possibly can. Yeah, but will I be able to enjoy it? That's what I want to do. See? Cal Dedman says he's getting ready to watch Holyfield fight. Man, see, who wants to watch a 60-year-old man fight? Not me. But, you know, but see, you're financially able. You can live the life you want to live, Cal. You got that extra time to do what you want to do, the activities and everything. So, yeah, go ahead and watch that. You know, that's a clown, you know. I wouldn't watch that. Hey, Nate Cali, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Lynn San Diego 102 asked me a question. She says, now that she wanted me to ask this question, now that we're retired, and I hope this is what you meant, Lynn, is there added stress because we're not earning as much money as we were before about the bills getting paid? And you know, I think that's what she's, because you're not earning as much anymore. You know, I'm not, you know, in my 20s and 30s anymore. I'm 58. So all that overtime and working all them hours and stuff, it's not conducive to a healthy lifestyle for me. Vincent Smith says, I saw where they're not asking people to leave the Philippines when your visa expires. They are charging $125 US per month on out-state visas. Well, hell, that ain't bad. I'm already paying, well, I'm paying about a fourth of that. Where'd you get that information, brother? I mean, I'd rather pay that. The Philippines is getting smart. Don't y'all remember when I told y'all, I said, man, I've been over here 3 years. Why won't they just let me leave and come back, leave for one day and come back? I've been here 3 straight years. I haven't been anywhere else. Now all of a sudden, they throw this advisory out here, which I'm still confused about it. I mean, if you watch, every vlogger you watch is saying something different. Adventures in America, go on there and watch hers. She'll really confuse you. She got you thinking it's only for people with the 9A visa. All right? It's crazy, man. So until the people see in the Philippines, remember I tell you guys, nothing makes sense over here. It's never going to make sense. And it doesn't have to because you're in the Philippines. If you're going to make an important announcement like that, you should do that verbally, not write it down where it's going to be so confusing. Then you should put it in the newspaper, not on your website that people can't find. It's crazy, man. That should have been first. I mean, that should have been headline news. But, we're getting it from TikTok and Facebook, man. It's crazy over here. Jason Flint, thanks for the super chat. He said, in America, freedom is not really free. The matrix is real. We are just batteries for the system called consumerism. The system tells you need a 7-year car loan or a house way over budget. Wake up. Yeah, see, that's where I am, Jason. And I was telling Bobby last night, I promise you, man, when I was in the Navy, I couldn't have been no more than 19 or 20. And I got to thinking like, man, it's a better way to live. Maybe I need to do like a lot of them guys. A lot of those guys missed ship's movement and stayed in Brazil. They didn't get back on the ship when it came. And I was thinking, man, I should have did that. I knew a long time ago, man. I said, something ain't right over here. I'm working every damn day, just to keep the little stuff that I have. And, I'm worried that somebody's going to take it away. And it's just how to live, really. And as I got older, I just said, to hell with it, man. I'm jumping off, come what may, man. I don't care, man. That's what I said. And the theme that runs through all this, guys, is courage. You got to have the balls to make that decision. Some guy told me on one of a comment, he said, man, you got balls to go over there and do what you did. But what did I have to lose? I could always go back home if it didn't work. Hey, thanks, Travel Mike, for the super chat. He said, Cal, I heard they announced in a blog they are counseling guys in the PI to leave after 3 years, but just pay the overstay fees because of the pandemic. I saw that, but when you read it, it reads as if to say, if you've already overstayed. They're talking about giving relief to people who have already overstayed. I haven't overstayed yet, so I guess it's going to apply to me after December 5th, I guess. See, I need an official at the Bureau of Immigration to verbalize this. I don't need to get my information from TikTok and Facebook, and that's where we're getting it from, man. And vloggers, they just confuse you, Mike, man. Travel Mike. Hey, David Daly said hello from Townsville, Australia. Ryan Bizzle, what's up? Okay, Terry Dale, he said, I got the info I was looking for from Pumpkin Joe. Thanks for recommending him. Yeah, Pumpkin Joe's a real deal now. But yeah, let me hear some of y'all stories, man, over here. Because the stress is real. Jacob Tanje, he's always talking about jumping back on it. He always has to leave the live stream early because he has to get up and jump on that hamster wheel. How many of us are really working a job that we love, man? Are we just driven by the job to pay the bills? Like that cycle, you work to pay the bills, to work to pay the bills, and every now and then, imagine you get 2 weeks of vacation out of a year. Even if some of these guys who get these great jobs say, oh, I get 6 weeks. 6 weeks, man. Come on. Out of 52 weeks, Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience says, yeah, I sure did, but was losing my health and sanity. Yeah, is it worth it? All that money, especially if you're not going to be able to afford it. To enjoy it. Clayton Murray says, if you have gained some financial freedom, you can spend your time on activities of greater value to yourself and your community if you can reach that far. And that's what it's all about. See, it's about true freedom. And most of us, if it were not for financial reasons, we'd be free, really. I think that's the thing that's holding us all back, man. We're like Jason Flint said, with batteries, man, in the system. This system that they've made over there that runs 24 hours, they got 3 shifts. And if you want to look this stuff up, you can. It's a fact. That third shift kills a lot more people than you think, man. Heart attacks, strokes, because your body's fighting against itself. You're supposed to be asleep at 2 o'clock in the damn morning, not on some damn assembly line, not driving some damn forklift. Smoky Mountain Marla said, if AI was released in the Philippines, I would have a mental break. No, it would have a mental breakdown. But yeah, our system is designed for robots. I'm not a damn robot, man. And I was unhappy, man. I was unhappy. That's a fact. Yeah, Gil Bellman says, I retired at age 55, financially secure. What does that mean, financial freedom, to some of you guys? What does that mean? Does it mean you don't have any debt? Is that what it means? Because the last job I had, when I was working, I was a captive agent for WellCare health plans. There was people who had been there for years. They had something like 300,000 and 400,000 in their 401k. And I was like, well, why are you still working, man? Because it's never enough over there. It's never enough. But you could take that 300,000, man. You could come somewhere like the Philippines, man, and achieve financial freedom and live the same life. My dreams just fit more neatly over here in the Philippines than they do at home. They fit a lot more neatly, man. Remember I told you on my last house video, I said that dream of owning a house outright in America, I probably would have died with that dream in my head. But over here, I was able to make that happen. They call it the cost of living for a reason. What is the cost for you to live the life you want to live? How much you willing to pay? How much you willing to sacrifice? You're going to work all the way to you 65 and your life expectancy is 70. That's crazy to me, man. I'm not going to do it anymore. Ron Bizzle says, team, I have returned back to the Matrix from West Africa after 3 weeks. Yeah. See, you took a break, with probably a much needed break. But I'm talking about going all the way, man. Tyrone St. Cyr says, I've been off the hamster wheel now for 2 years, retired 2019. Tell us your story, man. Is it worth it? Do you feel more pressure now? You're not earning as much as you was? What's all that all about, man? See, and I was talking to John about this before. He's made some great investments. And I was like, well, when are you going to start taking some of that money out, John, and enjoying it? He didn't really have a straight answer for me. Because in our mindset, it's never enough. I got to have, I just got to keep letting that just pile up and pile up and pile up. For what? To give it to somebody else to enjoy? And I'm not picking on you, John, but I asked you that question before. I said, man, if I was you, I'd drop some of that shit out. I'd do something with it. I wouldn't just sit there and look at it all the time and be like, getting an orgasm over it. I'm going to spend that money. And, on the things I want to spend it on. One CLK video says financial freedom really starts with debt reduction, elimination. The challenge in the U.S. is our programmed desire to buy. It's that keep up with the Joneses mindset. And that's true. Because Bobby said last night, he said he was just getting ready to buy a 4-door new Jaguar. And somebody hit him with a dose of reality and said, oh, why are you going to spend all that money at this stage in your life. What are you going to prove? I mean, and we'll justify it. We'll say, well, it's my life. It's what I want. And now you tied up for another 7 years. I mean, you're in prison. Either, you work and pay off that loan, or they come and take it back. I don't know, man. I just decided I wanted a better way to live. It was a better way to live than that hamster wheel, and I found it. But it's the cost of living. How much are you willing to pay? How much are you willing to sacrifice for the life that you want to live? With me, it's now or never. Okay? I can't tell you what's going to happen 10 years down the line, man. Mo says, I'm going to purchase an income annuity with my share of the divorce house proceeds. That's a great idea. But like he said, debt-free, it starts with debt-free because that's that debt, man. How many of us, we'll be honest, man, have that 30-year mortgage awaken you from your sleep? And you're saying, man, will I even be around for 30 years? Because the bills keep coming, man. They don't stop over there. Man, I tell you what, these bills over here, I don't get any the crazy bills in the mail. I've got straight out bills. I've got electric bill, rent, water bill. That's all my bills over here. And my one credit card bill that I pay. That's it. And they don't keep me up at night because I'm getting ready to get rid of this rent bill. So then it's going to be electric, water, and the Capital One. Pretty soon it's just going to be the electric and the water. I'm going to say the hell with that Capital One. China Zolda says, how do you get the money to enjoy the Philippines? Well, that's something you got to do right now. Me, I came over here with about a $1,400 or $1,500 renewal income from my insurance book of business, which is not going to take me around the block in America. But over here, it puts me in the driver's seat. I've got much more purchasing power over here. That same $1,400. Okay, the same Calvin Roach, by the way. But you put him in the Philippines, now I've got greater purchasing power. I'm able to save more, Channel Zolda Vulcan. See, that weight of the world been lifted off my shoulders. It feels like I'm flying sometimes, man. Y'all think I'm joking, man. It's true. You'd be surprised what some freedom would do for you, man. Because some of us, we enjoy so little freedom, man. Hey, Gabriel Bowe, thanks for that super chat. He said, I've decided to help your wife out by giving her money to send you back to the USA. This is for more curtains. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. She ain't letting me go nowhere. And I hope that this advisory that they sent out is what it really is. I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, that's what I do, China. And because I'm able to save more over here, I'm able to build that house. I came over here, I had $17,000 to build me a house. It never happened. They talked me out of it on that other side, down there in Zamboanga. They can't imagine how spending, at that time, it was like 53 something per, but it was almost 900,000 pesos. They can't imagine that. It's like some of us having $900,000 in our pocket. We can't imagine it. So, they talked me out of it. I never did it. But at the same time, the pandemic, what happened was I got fortunate. It's a lower cost of living over here to begin with. Then, China, the pandemic hit. Now, I'm able to save even more money because I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. Hey, Brasilero Shelton, thanks for the super chat. He said, hello, Cali Cal. Nice to be here with you, brother. Yeah, man. It's funny you bring that up. One of my subscribers, man, her little daughter died. And that's another thing that drives me, this death, man. But anyway, she looked to be maybe 4 or 5. She had cancer. It was, I think it was, she looked normal at first, and then next thing you know, something with her eye, and then the little girl died, man. And oh man, it's so sad, man. I mean, it hit me like a ton of bricks today. Um, and it all ties into this, guys. You know, when are you gonna get off that hamster wheel and really start to live? Because most of us, man, I don't care if you can lie to yourself all you want, but if you're over there and you on that hamster wheel, man, it's just a cycle, man. You don't get much time to enjoy yourself. You know, you don't get much time to enjoy that money that you built up in the 401k and in the Bitcoin and all that. What good is it going to do? You got it. See? That's all I'm saying. Hey, Travel Mike, thanks for the super chat. He said, I told my 3 grown boys last night at the birthday party, it's my time. I'm going to do what I want. I drive a $1,000 Hyundai to save more money, not because I have to. Use common sense and come back if I need to. That's exactly right. I always quote this from Shakespeare. He says this: what little we know of death, life should be a paradise. Guys, that's where I am today at 58. I'm not talking about, I don't want you to be irresponsible, but at some point you got to say to yourself, man, it's more to life than this. You know, getting off at Friday evening, having Saturday and Sunday, then back on the damn hamster wheel Monday morning. On a job that most of us hate, by the way, that most of us didn't even choose, we backed into. Somebody said, hey, they hiring down at the factory, or they hiring down at the plant. You went down and filled out an application and got hard. Then you started that vicious cycle of the family, the mortgage, the car payment, and now you locked in. See? Hey, Rasta Natty, thanks for that super chat. He said, hello, Calvin and everyone. For a guy that doesn't drink or smoke, how long do you think 1 million pesos will last? Living outside the city, that's going to last you a long time. I would say a year probably, depending on how you live. No, I'd say a little bit over a year, because that's $20,000. You know, but how long do you think $20,000 would last you in the Matrix? Not a lot. I mean, not long, guys. Lynn San Diego 102 says, hi, could everyone post your current location? She's in San Diego, California. Okay, here's Skull Social. Says, I got attacked by family when I went to Vietnam. I slipped trying to get off the hamster wheel. Yeah, they're going to attack you. They attacked Bobby G. I got attacked. Most people are going to get attacked. Now, if I would have said, you know what, I'm going to relocate to France, they probably would have had 50 million dancers and a big old band to send me off. But when I said, you know what, I'm thinking about returning to the Philippines, oh, man. They bought out the shotguns, man. They bought out the haterade, man. It's like, yeah, you going over there to take advantage of them women. What are you doing over there? Why would you leave this? You unpatriotic. That, you know, I was everything in the book. So I told Bobby G, and I'm going to tell you guys, the only way you're going to prove to them people that there's a better way to live, that there's another way to live, is to go out and do it. And that's what I've done. Now, you know, when I get home, they're going to owe me so many apologies if I ever go home. Smoky Mountain Model said Newport, Tennessee. Ingram Davis, Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, Scott, he says, got my middle daughter. Scott Triplett says, got my middle daughter in a blue-collar union apprenticeship as well. 55 is early retirement. It is. I wish I could have retired sooner. Some of my friends, they were so, they managed the situation and were able to get in with certain companies. One of my friends, he retired from the Louisville Water Company at 46. But shit, he's back on the hamster wheel doing something else. Like, I mean, what's the point, man? I don't get it. You know, the guy I graduated high school with, he retired from the water company, then took a job with Ford Motor Company. I'm like, come on, guys, you know, because they can't quit. They got these big houses with these big cars and these big families. You stuck, man, you know. And I'm talking to older guys like us. Now, if you're young on here, I'm not talking to you. You got plenty of years. Hey, I'm going to talk. You got plenty of years ahead of you. You can work them double shifts and all that. You know, everything being equal. But for people like us, man, we're living on borrowed time, man. I don't care. You know, yeah, Pierre Parfait. He said, United States, you work to live. Philippines, you live. Of all the places, man, I had to come to the Philippines to learn how to live. I was too busy working and worrying over there. That's all I did. I don't care, man. Yeah, every now and then we'd go to the Smoky Mountains over there where Smoky Mountain Modeler lives. Every now and then we may go out to Vegas, man. But that job and those bills was always in my head. I couldn't escape it, man. Hey, thank you, Gabriel Bowl, for the super chat. He said, how dare you save money? This is for your wife to buy chloroform and send you back. Stop making your life enjoyable. Man, I'm living the best I've ever lived. I feel 10 feet tall. I know y'all think, oh, this guy's full of stuff. I'm not, man. When you take that big weight, that financial weight off your shoulders, man, because that's what it is over there. Because you can get rid of the old wife and you can get rid of all that other stuff, you know, to lighten your load. But that financial weight is still standing there. You know, that Mercedes that you wanted because you saw the guy down the street with one, or you saw it on the rap video or whatever it was, you know, and then once that new car smell wears off, you having buyer's remorse. Like, I got to pay for this damn thing for 6 more years. I send it back. And all the money I wasted. Chris Marshall says, I just started driving trucks, eliminated all my expenses, started saving and investing, also got out of debt. See, that's what I'm talking about. But now you got to live now, Chris. You know, what good is all that if you're just going to ride around a truck all day? But if that's what you love to do, then, you know, that's fine. But I'm talking about living, man. And that's what, you know, if you ain't talking about living, you probably not going to like my channel. You know, Jacob Tanjay says that, Brother Calvin, the bottom line is we have to let go of material things to get there. We'll never get there if we don't make that paradigm shift mentally first. Absolutely. That's exactly right. And me and Bobby was talking about that last night. You know, hey, Tyrone St. Cyr. Thanks for the super chat. He said, Calvin, I can't wait for the borders to open. I'm ready for a new beginning. Man, I was there. I was there. It's just that I came in 2018 for good. Because you can always go back home. I was here in 2012 when my son was born. I was here for 13 months. Okay. And I went back, you know, to get the paperwork and everything to bring them over. And hell, I caught back up with everybody else that was in, you know, the promised land. I caught right back up with them. I promise you, within a month, I had the same shit they had. Excuse my language. You know, you're not missing out on nothing. You can always go back there and hook yourself back up to the damn machine. But when I came this time, there was no plan B, guys. You know, I said, look, I got the $17,000. I've got 1,400, you know, 1,500 coming in every single month. I'm gone. I'm not coming back. I'm looking for a new life. I found it. 30 pounds less. Blood pressure. I went back to get my second shot. My blood pressure is 120 over 80 now. I forget, it was 130 over 90. I don't know what happened there. I'm 58, man. You know, I don't have the car note. You know, I don't have all that, the house note. All those things that wear us down, man. Gil Bellamy says house paid for and the kids are grown out of the house. Yeah, absolutely. See, now it's time to enjoy your life. Alan Fish says, I have 7 years left in the Navy. Financial freedom will be after I retired and off my home in Hawaii. So I have about 12 years. Yeah. And see, as long as you got a plan, and that's one of the things that it says here. It says, you have to be able to define financial freedom to ever achieve it. What does it mean for you? Does it mean paying off the house and everything? But then you still got to pay the taxes on the house and all of that, the maintenance and all of that. Skull Social says, I'm from Oregon. Mo is from Connecticut. Gary Courtney says, I've been off the hamster wheel since 2015. I'll never go back. I hear you, man. Joshua Mason says, Calvin, I'm up to $1,300 a month in passive income. I'm hoping to grow that and retire in the next 5 to 7 years when my youngest child is grown. Hope to be fully retired by the age 45. See, that's a great plan. I was reading somewhere, I don't know, maybe it was a post on Facebook or something where it says, no, I tell you what. I think it was that anthropologist that said at some point, mankind's going to realize that you can't eat money. That's the lady that works with those gorillas and stuff. What's her name, guys? Help me out. That's what she said. Said we're destroying the only planet, the only home we got. And at some point, you're going to realize that you can't eat money. And it made a lot of sense to me. It hit home with me. Chris Marshall, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, Cal, I've been watching for months and finally caught a live stream. Hey, welcome, brother. I plan on driving for a couple of years to move to the field, brother. Yeah, I hear you, man. I wasn't putting you down. I was just asking you, now what? See, what you do all that for? Because there has to be an end game there. I just didn't want to die, man, with the music still playing in my head. That's what Henry David Thoreau said. And many of us go, man, I lost a brother. He was 55, man. I know he wasn't ready to die. He didn't get killed. He died of bad health. And, man, who knows what dreams he took with him to the grave. See, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to live until I die. I got nothing to lose from trying. Everything to gain and successful. I'm so thankful I tried it, man, and scoffers be damned, man. I'm here now, Ashuru Brown says, I'm working this 12 hours a day, 5 days a week job just to pay this $271,000 house. Wow. I'm ready to take the red pill, move to the Philippines and live the life. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Be honest like that. You couldn't enjoy that. Yeah, you're probably happy when you got your friends over and everybody, oh, Asheru, man, this is a nice place. But you really can't get no sleep, because you worrying about, now I got to pay for this damn thing. And, I got to go on this job that I really don't like. I've gotten accustomed to it. I've gotten used to it. I got some good friends there. But I really don't like being here. Because really, guys, guess what? This is me. I got tired of being a prostitute for the system over there. Yeah, I was selling myself. I was selling my valuable time for a paycheck. And I said, no, I don't want to live my life like that. Remember, prostitutes call it working too. That's what they call it, working. And that's what I was doing. I wasn't nothing but an old prostitute. That's all I was. Selling my precious time for a paycheck that I could never really enjoy. Leroy H says, I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. Man, I used to live there, brother. Frank Ellis, San Francisco, California. KR from Plano, Texas. All right. Bobby G, Denver, Colorado. He said, it's nice but expensive. Oh, man. That word expensive always comes up. Cost always comes up. Can you live a life where you don't? That's why they call it financial freedom. I no longer worry about my expenses because my money is more than my expenses. Man, that's a relief. That's a relief. You know, I don't have the debt hanging over me anymore. That's why I'm free from that. See, that financial worry that drives most of us. You know, I don't care how long you've been in Ford Motor Company. That's a hard ass job. And you working on that damn assembly line, them cars coming, you cannot make a mistake. Your hand, you done work your hands to the bone. Look at some of those guys and women and men, working on that assembly line. And you say, what price are you willing to pay, man? How much are you willing to pay, to live that limited? See, if you look up freedom, it says, no restrictions to come and go as you want. But are you really free when you got to punch that clock, man, to make it all happen? I didn't want that anymore. And I'm not knocking anybody who's stuck in there, because I was stuck there for 38 years, really. I really started working really longer than that. But, I started paying taxes when I was 17, Manuel Rojo says, I think it's cheaper to live in Mindanao. It is. It's absolutely cheaper. I think it's cheap to live in Mindanao. Luzon, like my hometown in Bicol, is more expensive. Yeah, it is. If you go, the further down south you go in the Philippines, the cheaper it gets. I've lived in southern Mindanao, and it's cheap. The food is cheaper. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience says, the country is beautiful to look at. My wife and I just go on road trips around the island sometimes just for fun and the beauty. That's what I was doing pre-pandemic. And see, you got time to do that now. If you was at that job and you say, how many times, you hear somebody say, man, I got to go, man. They're having a good time. I got to go because I got to hit it in the morning. It's like, I really want to stay, but I can't stay because I've got to get up in the morning and go to work to pay the bills. Then I'm creating more bills, so I got to go work even more. I got to work longer. Kente Dynasty says, I bet you I'm going to quit at 62. I don't want the rat race. Give me mine at 62. I don't give a damn. They go, well, yeah, you're going to lose $300 a month. Well, they can have that $300. Give it to somebody who needs it over there. I don't give a damn about that $300. Yeah, you're going to lose about $300 a month. Okay. Well, I won't need it. Where I am. Ron Business said, yes, 62. Average so-called black man only lived to maybe 70. That's right. And then, guess what? The Filipino man over here, Ron Bizzle, I'm glad you brought this up because I brought it up before. Guess what his life expectancy is here in the Philippines? 70. Now, with all of that that's going on in America, all the high standard of living, the good money, the good jobs and all that, and all I get is equal to what the Filipino man gets over here, then I'm moving to the Philippines. See? Because that way I'm going to live at least another 3-4 years. I want my 3 or 4 years. See? But that's not a good equation to me. I got all that over in America, all those perks. And he's living over here in the Philippines. Y'all call it a third world country. I know it's not. I'm living over here. They balling over here. It's people over here balling. The country's not poor. There's a lot of poor people over here. But the Filipino man is going to live to be 70. I got to come over here, man. I'm sorry. See, that's the way I think now. I want every minute of every hour of every day out of my life from now on. I done gave too much away. Drinking, drugging, man, working, really for nothing. When you add it all up, when you look at my life and what happened with that divorce and all, that's like all them sleepless nights for what? I don't have nothing to show for it. So yeah, I want some financial freedom and I want it now. And I got it. And it's just like J.D. Roth said, where you decide to live where you choose to live, it's going to have a great impact on your financial future. So, hey, Joe Longmire. So I decided to move to a place where the cost to live is about a third of what it was over there. Maybe less than that. Steele says the Pinoy family says make money in the States but retire in the Philippines. If they're able to do both of them, see, but what they'll do, what I like about Filipinos, Mexicans, a lot of Africans, they come over there and they pool their resources. They live in the same houses. See, Americans, we can't do that, man. We can't do that. We don't get along like we used to. Then they can send money back, buy land, buy houses here, retire in the Philippines, because they'll do that. I can go home right now, and for about a week, I'm welcome everywhere. But after that week, I got to go. Now, you got to clean up the house. My feet are stinking or something. They're going to make up something. I got to go. Carl Vaughn said, for us younger guys, we can retire by working remote. We still work, but it will be anywhere. Yeah, but see, you still working. And if you love your work, it's what Agbendino says, you'll never work another day in your life. But how many of us truly love our work? I'm not talking about somebody that's a singer or artist or something like that. Who wants to go in a damn factory or drive a damn forklift around all damn day and say you love it? And then they say, oh, well, I'm getting paid $20 an hour. Yeah, well, by the time the taxes hit you, let's see, $20 an hour, 40 hours a week, that's $800. Now the tax is going to take what? 30% of that on average. Now you're bringing home $560 a week. Where are you going to live good off of that in America? You got to have a plan. And that's what, my plan was. I had a 4-year plan. And I would suggest anybody watching this to have a plan that's going to get you closer and closer to that financial freedom, man. Rams and Dodgers fans, if I stay in America for retirement, I retire in Nevada or another state with no state income tax. Is that what you're saying? Papa Kiko says, I'm settling in Bacolod when the reopening happens. I heard it all. I will be kidnapped, lose all your money, on and on. I'm off the hamster wheel soon. Yeah, you're going to get attacked, brother. You're going to hear it all. Why would you want to go over there? Why you want to leave all this behind to go to a third world country? Because you've never been here before. You're going to say that. Most of us only think, when we think about the Philippines over there in your country, they think about bar girls and poverty. That's it. They don't think about nothing else. And then you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. They don't know anything else. So when I was talking to Bobby last night, we were talking about, people saying, man, how could you move over there? Because they've never even considered going anywhere else. This is it for them. I'm going to work for 40 years. I'm going to retire. I'm going to, raise my grandkids or whatever. I'm going to go to baseball games and whatever they want to do. So when you tell them, man, I'm moving out of the country, man, the cost of living, cheaper, I can save more of my money that I've worked so hard for. Does that make sense, man, that you want to save more money and be able to do more with that same money, that you work so hard for? Why cheat yourself, guys? It don't have to be in the Philippines. It could be wherever you decide to go. Where you choose to live, it's going to have a lot of impact on your financial future, man, on your financial success or your failure. He compared Portland, Oregon to Toledo, Ohio, I want to say. And it was a drastic difference. The couple lived in both places. Hey, Travel Mike, thanks for that super chat. He says, I love the PI, and that's my plans, but I will visit Nicaragua in October. I'm going to try it out closer to home from North Carolina. Only can stay 90 days with no visa. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Same cost. Yeah. And see, that's what I'm saying. You got nothing to lose from trying, Mike. Go over there for 90 days. Who knows? You may decide I'm going to stay there. Nicaragua, Honduras, Central America, where the cost of living is cheaper. The same life. You're the same person. See? With the same money. Except it's going to go further over here in the Philippines or in Honduras. See? That's all I'm saying. It doesn't make you unpatriotic because you want a better life. It's a better way to live than what I was living over there. We drinking the Kool-Aid over there, guys. If you think America's the best of everything, it is on some things. But this hamster wheel, no, they got a wicked hamster wheel over there. It takes down the best of us. My father was 61 years old when he died. I'm not having it. I'm not dying at 61 unless somebody shoots me down. I'm not going to work myself and drink myself to death at 61. It's too young, man, for anybody to be dying. Lynn San Diego 102 says, fun to get on Sunshine Show's a Social Security website, and play with numbers and put in hypothetical age and income and see how much money you get and what age. Now, that's one of those words we say real fast, Lynn. We call it Social Security, but it's really Social Security. Say it slow, and it has a whole different meaning. However much they give you, it's not going to be much of a living, So I would say have something to supplement that. And I know we've got that in this. Some of us will argue that they're giving that to us, but they're not. You're working for that. And see, that's when anybody says, oh, well, you should be thankful you got that in America. Well, yeah, but I'm working for it. I'm paying for that. They're not giving me anything. China's older Vulcan said the exit plan is to get unstuck and trade off the job time for adventure time after you've accumulated the money to not worry about the next 15 years. Absolutely. Or move somewhere where that money that you got right now, the $250,000 you got in the 401k, which is going to go further. Even when they take out the 25% or the 20% or whatever they do, whatever you're left with, do you think it's going to last you longer here in America? The same $250,000. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Alan Fish says you can buy 3 houses for the price of a Mercedes. Yeah. But because we're keeping up with the Joneses and whoever it is over there, I don't know who we're trying to impress over there. Most men are trying to impress a woman anyway. When they go out and buy that fancy car, they'll tell you they're doing it for some other reason, but you're really trying to impress women. That's why you drive down the street with the top down and all that. You want the women to see you, but some guy argued with me. He said, well, no, a lot of times it's to impress other men. And I guess I really can't argue with him. But it's to impress somebody. It's not really because we want to do it and it's going to make us happy. Mayang buntag. Let's see what we got. Steele says, I'm retired. I'm saving more retired than I ever did working. How does that work, Steele? Because you're spending money, on lunch, gas? What is it? Yeah, Lynn, I'm glad you brought that up. She says, that's kind of how it feels when you have a bad partner in life. You look at him or her and just question your life decision. Napoleon Hill said he's got in his Think and Grow Rich, there's 33 reasons people fail. One of them is they choose the wrong partner. That's one of the reasons people fail, the reason why people are so unhappy. But they don't want to be alone, so they'll stay there. I think they call that codependency or something. Pumpkin Joe's experience, Philippine experience, says, I traveled half of Negroes by super sport bike in a day quite a few times. He says the feeling of freedom is incredible. It is. It's real freedom. I've got real freedom, true freedom here now. I've got personal freedom. I've got financial freedom. You know, over there I had some personal freedom, but I didn't have any financial freedom. Roy Jones said, congratulations, your time is extended in the Philippines. I hope, man. I haven't. They need a government official to come on here and explain this stuff to everybody. But remember, it's the Philippines. That's not going to happen. It don't make sense to me. That should have been front page news with a full explanation in layman's terms, because every vlogger that you listen to, everybody's got a different explanation. You know, I shouldn't have to get my news off Facebook and TikTok, man. It don't make sense, man. I love the chance. Said, Cal, your life is my dream. No, it's my dream. I love the chance. You got your own dream, man. And I just want you to at least, give it a chance, man. Hell, I made mistake after mistake after mistake, but when I came over in 2009, something clicked in my head. Something that I held in my mind for years. Even when I was in the service, man, I said, it's got to be a better way to live, than what I'm doing. Hey, Timothy Bright, thanks for that super chat. He said, Honey Nut Cheerios just came on. How's everyone? Holyfield fight over in 1 minute, 49 seconds. Father Time is undefeated. So Holyfield lost. I was telling Cal Deadman it was a joke. Who wants to watch a 60-year-old man fight? Me and Holyfield about the same age. I'm 58, hell. I mean, is it that bad? See what the hamster wheel did to him. All that money that he earned over his career and Mike Tyson and all the rest of them, there's no way, guys, that those guys, under no circumstances, should they not be living the life that they choose to live instead of somebody else pushing them back in that ring. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But, if he wants to get his head beat in, that's his decision. I'm not going to make those type of decisions, stupid decisions like that. Oh, yeah. Now, this is perfect. Hey, Zorba Dundee, what's going on? China Zolda Vulcan says, the problem is they have worked all their life to not know how to live without working. Yeah, and they can't. Remember, boredom. Boredom just means uninteresting or uninterested. And that's why a lot of people go back to work. They can't seem to make their retirement interesting. A lot of guys over here, they do YouTube channels. They do all kind of stuff to try to make their retirement more interesting. So they won't get bored. So they won't be tempted to go back to the hamster wheel. You have to understand and have a compelling why that you're over here. I promise you, man, one of them low spots is going to hit you, man, and you're going to go home. But I've got a compelling why. It says, because if I was still at home, I'd probably be dead. So that's good enough reason for me to stay over here and live. If I was at home, I'd be dead. I'm sure of that. Man, my little hometown, Louisville, Kentucky, they're off the chart with murders. I mean, and many of them is unsolved. Yeah, they kill you for stepping on the Air Force Ones, and you better not lean against one of them thugs, one of their shiny cars or something. They'll kill you for that. And if that don't kill you, the stress is going to kill you. If that don't kill you, the police will kill you over there. This is my reality, guys. Hey, thanks, Kente Dynasty. Yeah, Jane Goodall. Yeah, she said at some point you're going to realize that you can't eat money, man. Trader D, Stay Green says, best I ever lived was in Cebu. Our massage is daily. Good food, good people, ocean. Only thing I hated was coming back to catch up on the bills here in the U.S. Yeah, see, who wants to live like that? Your whole life, it's that circle. It's that, why do y'all think they call it the hamster wheel? You running, you tired, you worn out, but you're not getting anywhere. You're still in the same spot. Yeah, Lynn San Diego, Jane Goodall, yeah. See, Chico Kiko says Susie Orman. No, that's funny. Yeah, Steele says, I shop at the 99-cent store, cut my own hair, drive the same old truck, dress simple, minimalist. I become a minimalist, and man, I tell you, I didn't even know what a minimalist was till I got over here. And I said, it's got to be something that they call what I'm doing right now. And I looked it up, it's called a minimalist, and I started watching them. They even got they had a nice documentary on Netflix about minimalists. And I said, yeah, that's what I am now, because nobody was more materialistic than me. But I knew that if I wanted this new life, if I wanted a better way to live, I got to get rid of that. I knew for a fact, you know, all them, man, I tell you what, I used to buy shirts, guys, that was $100. That's retarded when I think about that now. You know, with the white collar, and it'd be light blue with the white collar, with the French cuffs, and that's just stupid, man. There's no reason for me to do that. And they'll say, oh, well, you deserve it. Yeah, but now, you know, I deserve, you know, to live stress-free is what I deserve. Adam Chenoweth says, getting divorced now, so I'm down to 2 carloads of belongings, but I'm starting over, plus child support, so looking at 10 years to pull together $1,500 a month in dividends. I hope I can live on that inflation. Well, you can. Now, remember, over here, inflation doesn't touch a lot of things over here. It does touch food, you know, it does touch fuel, energy, but there's some things that's going to be able to equal that out. Your rent, you know, your biggest expense as a foreign man over here, guys, is your woman. Y'all don't believe me because some guy says, oh, well, you're going to defeat the whole purpose of coming over to the Philippines. That shouldn't be your reason to come over here, man. If that's your reason to come over here, then you're going to lose any damn way. You know, yes, he said you're going to defeat the whole purpose of old guys wanting to come over there. No, it's not. You know, but I'm just telling you that when you make that decision to get married over here, emotionally entangled, or live-in partner, that's going to be your biggest expense over here. All right? It just depends on who she is. It's going to depend on how much you're spending, or how many children she got, or whether or not her family comes with the package. You know, but you can easily eliminate that. You know, Cal Deadman says, rich to me is not having to worry about paying for things. And see, that's what I'm saying. That's financial freedom. You know, knowing that I've got enough in the bank, in cash, investments, whatever it may be, to live the way I want to live. There's no restrictions. You know, there's no stress. I know that as long as things continue to roll along the way they roll along, I'm going to have enough. But over there, you just don't know. Simply Hannah says, hi, Calvin. We've been watching your vlogs. Planning to retire in 2 years. Thank you for all your videos. And thank you for supporting my videos and watching them. It really makes a difference. I don't take it for granted. And I really just share my experiences with people. The reason that I think my channel has gained some traction is because people can relate to what I'm, what I've been through, how I'm living now, my dreams and stuff like that. And that's what I really try to do. I try to just show you that you got some options. You can get off that hamster wheel, but I'm gonna tell you, you gotta have you gotta have some courage. Cowards don't make it over here. Anybody can come over here for 2 or 3 weeks, a month, and oh yeah, I went to the Philippines, yeah, I didn't like it, blah blah blah. But when you come over here and you say, you know what, I'm gonna make a new life out of this. Yeah, you better have some type of plan, and you better have some balls, to leave everything behind, go against the grain, what everybody, is saying. Yeah, they're going to rob you, they're going to take all your money, you're never going to make it back, you're a sex pet, and, you're going to get it, guys. If you're able to withstand all that and come on over here and try to live the life that you've been dreaming of, then you're probably going to win. But if you come over here and you worrying about all that stuff, see, worry is the number one thing I wanted to get rid of. Everything else I probably could have dealt with over there. It was just the worry. See, I'm born with hypertension. I don't need to add no more to it. I'm born with it. Yeah, Lynn San Diego too. $100 shirt. Oh my God, yeah, that was nothing. I mean, imagine the suits, because we used to keep up. I'm an insurance agency, and I met 2 brothers, John Woods and Vincent Woods. Vincent Woods, rest in peace. These guys were some of the sharpest individuals I ever met, and they brought me into the insurance business. So then I tried to, replicate what they were doing. I mean, these guys were from D.C., man. I mean, they were wearing $1,500 and $2,000 suits. I couldn't do that, but hell, I tried. Even when I started earning the good money, hell, that's retarded when I think about it now. And half the stuff is in storage over there now. See? But that's the type of stuff we do. Man, alligator shoes, $1,800. What I'm going to need with an $1,800 pair of shoes? That's a motorcycle over here. Yeah. But, that's the thinking. And, well, it's my life. I'm going to live. Yeah, but it's a price that comes with all that stuff, guys. Simply Atkins, see, this is truth right here. She says it's not easy to be financial freedom in the USA, Cal. I agree 100%. Before you get the check, bills are already waiting for you. Your only option is be wise with your money and don't live to be someone you're not. See, that's the nitty gritty. But it's easy to be financially secure in the Philippines off of a USA retirement. See, or in the Costa Rica or Brazil off that USA retirement. See, we got to make America work for us. We've been working for America for so long, our entire lives, guys. Now it's time to let it work for us. That pension that you worked hard for in America, that Social Security and that 401 and all that, now let it work for you. Take it somewhere else and make it work for you. You deserve that. Because you don't have much time. We don't borrow time, guys. If I died next week, don't be surprised. You're like, hell, I'm 58. Hell. So many of my friends and family, on my mother's side, this is a true 100% fact. Men didn't even live to be 40. If you live to be 40 on my mother's side of the family, you were doing something. And it wasn't because of some genetic defect. It was drinking. Drinking, man. I'm talking about cheap wine, cheap liquor. I had a cousin, his name was Gip. We were drinking, me, him, and my brother. We're in Lexington, Kentucky. And I'm older. We're adults now. I was in my 20s. And he started hemorrhaging from his nose, and he was a veteran. So he goes to the VA And I promise you, this is a fact, man. The very same day he comes back down to the corner, he's wrapped up like a damn mummy, but he's got this part open. He wants to continue to drinking, man. And within 6 months, he was dead. That's on my mother's side of the family. This is what I was looking at. I said, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna break this cycle. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out of here. You know, but yeah, that's type of stuff I was dealing with. Lynn said, you got the wrong woman if she makes you spend most of your money. See, but that's the problem, Lynn. They don't make us spend it. We bring our American thinking over, our Western thinking over, and we think that's what she wants us to do. You know, that we're going to find more favor because that's how it works over there. The more money you spend on a spoiler, not realizing it only takes a fraction over here to do whatever you were doing over there. It doesn't matter. It takes a fraction. Excuse me. Harold Teal says, I'm hoarding money for the Philippines to open. I'm a retired Army. I hear you, man. But at the same time, don't let your life slip away waiting on the Philippines to open. It's other places, man. You know, you only got one life to live. Paul Smith says, Calvin, even less time we have. You're speaking of completely healthy years left. Absolutely. See, that's a great point there. Man, that's a great point. And see, people say, when you wake up in the morning, it's a blessing. Is it a blessing? Or is it a curse? Because every day you wake up, you're one step closer to the grave. So is it a blessing or is it a curse? You know, you got to make it what it is. I'm going to live every day as if it's my last. Now, am I going to plan for the future? Yeah, but I'm putting most of my eggs in today. I'm not going to put them into the future anymore. I don't have it like that. It's almost like investing. You know, when they tell you, you have to change your portfolio as you get older. When you get younger, yeah, you can take those risky stuff, you know, the stocks and bonds and stuff like that. Because if you lose it, you got all those years to recoup it, earn it back, and blah, blah, blah. As you get older, you get more conservative. You're not going to be working longer. You're not going to be making all that money. So you may want to buy some annuities, some more safer things. And that's all I'm doing right now with my life. Just the BO02 says, I think if you're going to have children in PI, you should have a little extra to provide for them after you're gone. It's one thing for your child to grow up poor in the U.S. It's one thing to have your child grow up poor anywhere. That's what that house is for over there. It's no other reason that I'm building that house. Yeah, it's my dream. Yeah, so that, you know, if she decides to live here in the Philippines, at least until she gets old enough to make that decision. A lot of my decisions now, some of them are for other people. See, my dreams aren't exclusive. They're inclusive now. You know, other people, when I dream, it's other people in my dreams now. It's not all about Calvin. Hey, John Gomez, what's going on? Skull Social says, I can't retire in the Matrix. I got to get out to live. Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. And why did it take me to be to 55, man? Because I wasn't courageous enough before. I probably could have left sooner. I didn't have the courage because I surely used to think about it when I was in the Navy, guys. I did. When we went to Brazil, we went to Colombia, we went to places, man, I was like, damn, it's cheap to live over here. Why don't I just live over here? Why do I got to go back there and live? Then I got mixed up in drug scene and drinking, and, you know, I put that on the back burner. But the minute I stopped drinking, I promise you guys, my mind started working again. I got to get out of here. I don't want to live like this. Some people like that. You know, they don't mind that. You know, Clayton Murray said he was mummified. Yeah, He was dead within 6 months after that. But that's on my mother's side. It don't get any better on my father's side. But yeah, he started hemorrhaging. He wasn't even, we had to make him, we practically had to put him in the taxi and send him to the VA. Let me remind you that his little brother hemorrhaged to death from drinking at 28 years old. Here he is hemorrhaging. We'd go to the doctor. We made him go to the doctor. And I'll be damned, 4 or 5 hours later, here he comes back wrapped up like a damn mummy with this part open drinking still. Paul Smith said, lots of fire people now. Those who want to retire very early. What do you mean by that? Dexter Dixon says, great advice. Once you reprogram your way of thinking, life is great. And see, that's what happened. We're programmed over there. They call it radio programming, television programming. You're programmed. You're in that line with everybody else, that just procession of sots is what they call it. You know, and then the minute you step out of line and say, I want something different, I'm going to do something different, here they come. They're going to attack you. Because misery loves company, guys. They don't want you to leave there. They want you to stay there and have to put up with the same stuff that they got to put up with. Hey, thank you, Trader D, Stay Green, for the super sticker. They want you to do the same thing. But once you get them big balls, you got that courage, and you say, man, I'm out of here. I want my extra 2 to 3 years of living. See, they get mad at you because they know that they're not, they're going to forfeit theirs by staying over there. And see, when I bought that big fan, I had a fancy, I mean, when in 2009, I bought a brand new 2009 Toyota Solara convertible. Okay, me and my wife, we went to the Toyota dealership to buy a Camry, one of them fancy Camry seats. Saw somebody with the low profiles and everything on it. We test drove it. Well, we come back, pull into the to the driveway. Here comes the delivery truck in. It's got this damn convertible on it. And I'm like, my sister got me hooked on convertibles. And the minute that they pulled it off, I said, that's the one I want. I bought this fancy ass car. It never went anywhere. All I did was ride around the community, the neighborhood in this damn, how much, 25, I forgot how much it cost, $28,000 car. That's the type of stupid stuff. I don't want that kind of life anymore, guys. I don't want it. I'm sorry. Y'all can have that over there. Ridiculous says, let's all move to the Philippines and make our own series of stores and restaurants with an American theme and call that area town American Town. Well, they've already done that up in Angeles City. I don't want to bust your bubble, guys. Just the Bill 02 says, basically make enough money so you can live on 4% of your savings. In theory, this will last forever. Or just find somewhere where your money's going to go longer. If that's, that's financial freedom, where you're free from financial worry. You're not worrying about, well, can I pay this $2,000 a month mortgage? Because we never do the math. A lot of my friends, me included, I bought my first house in 2004. So it would make me 41. 30 years, I would have been 71. Well, hell, I planned on retiring at 62 anyhow. So that last 9 years, how was I going to pay that mortgage? The mathematics don't work out for me. John Gomez said, yeah, that's true, Calvin. I just want my years, John. If all I'm going to get is 70 years in America as a black man, I can't speak for nobody else. That's what ours is, 70. Look it up. And the Philippines, with America, with all the perks, all the glamour, all the good health care and everything over there. All I'm going to make it is 70, but then over in the Philippines, with all the lack that they're supposedly having over here, but he's get 72, I'm like, something ain't right here. I got to go over here so I can get me 3, 4, 5 more years. See? Because that's not good mathematics for me. He gets 70. All the lack that's going on over here, and he lives to be 70. And all that I got over there, and I get 70. No, I got to go. I'm sorry, guys. One click videos. That's what that stands for. Sorry, brother. He says, I love the FIRE movement, but if everyone got on that program, my Social Security is in jeopardy. Well, yeah, it's because your Social Security benefits are based on people and your Medicare. You're not working for it now. It's people who are still going to be working when you retire. See? Hey, Main Tammy says, Mayan Boontag, brother. Did I say that right? No. You said Mayan Boontime. No, I'll write it in here. You'll see it. And that means good morning. Mayan Boontag. Superman said you get 74 years in Colombia. Yeah, see? I want that, Superman. Brian Bond says, I'm done driving. He said, bike or public transportation, I can't handle the drivers. Road rage is real. Yeah, see, that's another thing. My son used to ride with me. And this is my son. He came to America when he was 2. And he used to always tell me, Daddy, why you curse so much? He'd be in the back, and I would be oblivious to him even hearing me. Man, I couldn't get around up the street, man. I'm cursing somebody out. Steele says I was a therapist years ago. Suicide prevention, gangs, criminal, and CPS. Terry Dell said, we're living on borrowed time in the West. I'd rather live in PI and get a few more years. That's what I'm saying. That's right where I'm at. Lynn San Diego 102 said, Calvin, when you do life insurance on people. No, that's illegal. See how the premium's different for whites versus blacks versus Asians. And the zip code of residence affect the premium. I know the zip code affects your car and your auto insurance. That's for a fact. But life insurance and health insurance, no. Is it different for men and women? Yes. Because women live longer in America than men. Now, you flip that over in health insurance, a man gets a better premium because women use their health care more than men. But when you start talking about blacks and Asians, no, that's illegal. That's red line, and they used to happen. They've got some ways around it. Like you said, the zip code. Why do you think when you apply for car insurance, they want your zip code? They're not real. It's like, why? What does that have to do with my driving record? Yeah, but they use that. It's crazy. Paul Smith said, Calvin, I read that expats in the Philippines drop like flies after 70. That's not true, Paul. I've got a neighbor here. He's damn near 80, and he's in great shape. Plays tennis with me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't know where they're getting this stuff now. I saw a guy on my live stream one time. He said, yeah, we plan. He said, we're living in the Philippines now. But once we turn 70, we're moving back to the United States because of the health care as you get older. But I want to remind him that the best health care in the world is not going to save you from yourself. It's not going to save you from yourself. Okay? And that's the bottom line. It starts at home, prevention. the way you take care of yourself. But then again, heredity plays a part in that. But let's talk about quality of life, Paul. Do you want quality or quantity? A guy sent me and I wish I could share this, but he sent me this. Jay Hunt did. JH on here. He sent me this on my Facebook. It's a man who lives in a damn iron lung. And I'm thinking to myself, like, are they still using iron lungs in 2021? Yes, they are. He had polio back in the 50s, one of the worst cases. And he lives in an iron lung to this day. Do you want to live like that, but you're going to live to be 90? Because this guy was amazing. He finished high school, college, passed the bar, was a lawyer, wrote a book. He did everything but hell. He spent his whole life in an iron lung. He wrote with his teeth and drew, and he did it, but is it quantity over quality? What are we talking about, Paul? Because I don't want no parts of that iron lung. I don't want no parts of that. I'm sorry. Because now the way my man thinks, because J.H. said, well, I sent this to you. Maybe you could get some ideas for a vlog. Yeah, I'm like, well, I'm pretty sure he wants to see the naked over here. That's what I told Jay. That's the only thing I could get out of that. To be honest with you, I don't want that kind of life. No. Simply, I could say in my homeland, you can be financially independent by having a house, 4-bedroom, by having a big rice field or sugar cane. Not here in the USA. Retiring in the USA is not retiring. It's called dying early. A lot of them do die early. I told y'all the story of the guy. I worked at DuPont Chemicals, and he had like 45 years. He was number one on the seniority list in the union. He didn't last 30 days. He was dead when he retired. They gave him all the fancy retirement party and all that. Then 30 days, he was dead. I'm sorry. He was gone. He should have just stayed at work probably. Yeah, Lynn. That makes a lot of sense. She said the poor community have limited access to nice parks, healthy grocery stores to get fresh veggies. Yeah, and if they're going to spend $1 on a double cheese at McDonald's rather than on a apple. See, which is more healthier. But see, in the Philippines, when your money goes further, you can go from being considered poor, because I would be considered poor in America right now on $1,400 a month. I'm poor. To living, I'm considered like a upper middle class over here. Chris Marshall said, would buying a condo be a good idea to cut rent expenses in the long run? Absolutely. And you can buy a condo over here. You can own property here. Okay. Yeah, Ron, he says, it says at 72 and 67. It just depends. And because the one I read, it was 70 and 70. And I'm like, I don't think so. I'm going to go over here. But either way it goes, I'm going to live longer over here, all things being equal. Rams and Dodgers fans say, Calvin, with the clean, stress-free living and exercising you are improving, your chance of living an active life well past 70, 80, maybe beyond. And that's the gamble I'm taking, Rams, Dodgers fan. I don't have nothing to lose. If I get to the point where it's like, man, it's getting bad and I can't get the care I need over here, I can just simply get on a plane and go back home. I earned that right. You can't put me out of the United States. You know, I've paid taxes for almost 50, well over 50 years, 51 years, and still paying. Albert the dog Einstein says, I agree with your title. Take your time and let the money stack up. I'm going to stay with my Filipino family since they already have a nice house. See, that's what I said. Get rich slowly. We want to get rich quickly. You know, so they do all this network marketing and all this stuff. You know, man, I'm going to tell you, as an insurance man, about every 4 or 5 months, somebody was coming to me with one of these network marketing things. I'm like, I don't believe in that stuff. I don't believe in that get rich quick stuff. And then 2 or 3 months later, it's gone. All the enthusiasm's gone. They were doing it over here. It's big over here. You know, of course. You know, now it's Axie Infinity. And, you know, look, man, you can have as much money as you want as long as you earn it. That's where I come from. I'm not trying to get rich quick anymore. You know, but over here, because my money goes further, I can save more and I can buy more. I can spend my money on things I want to spend it on, doing the things I want to do. I can retire early, so now I've got more time to do all that stuff. You know, what's more valuable than money? Time. Aguendino said, I can send everybody, the 274 people on here right now, I can ask you and you can tell me exactly how much money you got in the bank or whatever, investments. But if I ask the same people, well, how much time you got left? You can't tell me because you don't know. It's more valuable than money, guys. So I want quality time. It ain't about quantity. I want quality. And I'm getting it over here. You know, I don't have to worry about all this stuff over there, man. You know. Hey, Travel Mike. Thanks for the super chat. He said, I think John wants to die rich, not me. If I die, you can have what I have left, but I'm not saving for no one. It's my time and what I work for. And everybody has their own reasons. My thing was, I'm thinking, well, hell, John, you're 61. When you going to start spending this money? I was talking to somebody before. Why in the world? You know, I was talking to a guy here, as a matter of fact. His name is Bill. We were at the swimming pool. And he says, you know, Calvin, he said, I looked at one of your videos and I got to thinking, you know, I've got this nice house in California. I mean, he's got a nice house. And imagine he lives in California, so you know how much it's worth. It's paid for. He says, when am I going to sell it? Am I going to wait till I'm, 10 more years? I'm 76, 77. I won't be able to enjoy the money. What are they going to do? Push me around in a wheelchair? I said, I'll carry you around on a stretcher so you can see the side. I said, look, Bill, if you stretch your neck enough, you can see the top of that mountain over there. You know, you want to be able to enjoy the money you worked hard for, guys. Retired 2019 said, Calvin, what do you consider rich? I think Cal Dedman gave the great example. He says, not being worried about how much something costs, about, and that's where I am with rich. I'm not talking about Bill Gates rich. I'm not talking about these professional athlete rich. I'm talking about when I get up in the morning, I don't have that heavy weight of a 30-year mortgage on my back. I don't have that heavy weight of having to punch that clock on a job that I really hate. Yeah, I've grown accustomed to it. I've got some nice friends there. Good friends, as a matter of fact. But I really hate it, though. Because it takes up so much of my time. I'm prostituting myself. So being rich is being able to eliminate that, retired 2019. And I was able to do that on $1,400 a month, retired 2019. See, I'm rich. You can, man, look up rich. It's a broad term, man. And rich is just being able to go and come as I please, not be restricted, not living a life that's dictated by how much money I got in the bank or my job schedule, my work schedule. See, that's being rich to me. See, I'm not talking about, how many people got all that money over there? I just said it. I was working with people, this in the 90s. They had 250,000 in their damn 401ks. Then I'm like, well, what the hell why you still working, man? Why don't you draw that money out and go live somewhere? That's just how I think, But over there, it's never enough. I asked my buddy John, I said, man, you got all this money in these investments and stuff. When you gonna spend it? I mean, we're not talking about pinching pennies, guys. We're not talking about that. I don't pinch pennies over here. I'm free over here. See? That's what I'm saying. And Carlos Martinez said, Calvin, being free is richness. It is. It's a lot, loving relationships, that's one of the riches of life. Peace of mind, man, is one of the riches in life. It's what makes me rich. I've got enough money over here in the Philippines to be financially free. See? But if I take the same money I got here in the Philippines and move back to America, now I'm stressed again. Because I know in my heart of hearts I don't have enough money. I'm going to have to get back on that hamster wheel. And I'm going to be miserable. See? So, to anybody over there who's even thinking about it, get some courage, man. Know what you want, get some courage, and then do something about it. Don't just be over miserable and making everybody around you miserable. Do something about it. Don't talk about it. Start saving your money. Delay that, instant gratification, man. That's what got me for so many years. Nobody gives a damn, really. After people see that nice car a couple of times, they're going to get used to it. It's going to be invisible when you ride up the street. Yeah, PL. He says that's a great definition of being rich. It's a state of mind. It is a state of mind. See, and when I get stressed up and go back home, like this guy said, I'm going to start eating more. My blood pressure is going to go up. My cholesterol is going to go back up. My weight's going to go back up because I'm going to be miserable over there. See, under no circumstances will I be happy back on that hamster wheel. I'm going to be miserable. And I'm going to make everybody around me miserable. So why don't I just leave? Why don't I look for greener pastures, man? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Rand G says financially independent. All your time belongs to you. The most valuable asset you got. Then it's health. Money's not even third, really. Money's not even third. But you could put it third. There's no way you can put your money over your time and your health. It's not even the number one thing, but we make it our number one focus. And so it causes us so many problems, man. We die too young, man. My father died at 61. My mother was 62. I'm not going to die at 61 or 62, I promise, unless somebody guns me down. I'm going to do everything I can. Rory Bellamy says, define him rich in money or in quality of life. Good friends, rich in happiness. Calvin, helping needy people, being generous. Yeah. What is your definition of financial freedom? What is your definition of success, happiness, freedom, being rich? Because if I would have put a number on it, retired 2019, I'd still be there. Remember, I only had $17,000 when I came here in 2018. But I knew December 5th, I had 17,000 to my name. That was it. But I knew in January I was going to start getting that that residual income. And I said, well, in the Philippines, I can live off of that. This is a start for me. I'm going to take that chance. I'd rather, take the chance with $17,000 in my pocket than die, because I was this close. My daughter's about giving me a stroke. My work schedule. I'm an insurance agent. I got to go where the money is. Sometimes, man, I'd have to get up on a cold, blustery winter day and drive 80 miles just to see one or two people. 80 miles one way and then drive that back. Man, that's exhausting. And after doing that for 18 years, you get tired of it. You say, it's got to be a better way. And I started planning, man. I started sacrificing, you know. And here I am, man, right now. Living the best life I've ever known. No, better than the best I've ever known. And yet I don't have nothing. I don't have a fancy car out there. I don't have a big 3,000 square foot house. 3,700 square foot house I had. That house is still there. Some Africans bought it for about a third of what I paid for it. See? So, you know, when it comes down to that, we got to make our own decisions. But that's why I like to talk about it. Because we don't talk about it enough. We wait until it gets up on us till we make that decision. No, do it before, because you may be able to get out of there sooner. You know. Hey, Harold Kemp, thanks for that super chat. He says, hey, brother, I'm back from 3 weeks in Europe. Had a great time. Life overseas is special. Your house is looking fantastic. Progress is amazing. Thank you, man. And see, when I read stuff like that in slow motion, he said, life overseas is special. Your house is looking fantastic. Progress is amazing. It hits me. It's like I'm building a house over there, you know, that I would never have been able to build over there, man. It's talking about financial freedom. It's going to be my house. I'm not going to owe the bank. And I didn't break the bank to get it. I'm using a Filipino mortgage, paying as I go. I've got one payment left. You know, I owe him, how much do I owe him? $2,000 more. And I'm paid for that house, man. That's financial freedom. When I get it, I'm going to be sleeping in the bed like this. I'm not going to worry about, well, 30 years down the road. I'm going to just be worrying about, I better get me a better, a more comfortable mattress for this house, for this bedroom. You know, that's the kind of stuff I'm going to be thinking about now. Not worried, but thinking. You know, see, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, this man, he's living in an iron lung, guys. I didn't think iron lungs was still around. I'm talking about it's all the way up to here. I thought the guy sent me some kind of, you know, Facebook prank. Like, what's this guy? A grown man being born or something. I'm thinking he's coming out of a womb. That's what it looks like. Because his face is all red, you know. He's in bad shape. Now, he'll tell you he's happy. See? But you know he's not happy, man. They do that stuff. Oh, yeah, to be inspirational. You know, he's doing everything he can to escape his reality is what he's doing. Alan Fish said, 80 miles, you must have had a new car to handle all that mileage. Yeah, but it didn't matter. But you're on to something. I drove over about 3,500 miles a month at least. So I had to get an oil change every single month, guys, on my car. But I could take it off on my taxes. See, I don't want that anymore. That's stressful, being behind that wheel all that time. Driving is stressful. That's why I don't drive over here. And psychologists will tell you that being behind the wheel of a car, it changes your mentality. Yeah, guys. Hey, Mel A, he says, your house is looking sharp, Mr. Calvin. Yeah, man, thank you. You know, it's only because I decided to move to the Philippines. If I'd have stayed at home, there would be no house. I'd still be renting over there, you know, basically throwing money away. And they were just getting, right before I left, they sent me a letter. They were raising my rent. Well, no, you're not, because I'm out of here. Hey, Travel Mike, thanks for the super chat. He said, just asking, Cal and friends, if you had over 500,050, would you still work, and how long, or what would you do? Absolutely not. when, but it depends on the person. When is enough going to be enough? I mean, unless you got some kind of plan that says, hey, I'm going to need more than 500,000. Now, if you stay in America, how long would that last you? I don't know. But what's worth more to you, Mike? Your health, your time, your health, your state of mind, or your money? You know, I cut my chains, man. I took my chains off, man. You know, I'm not worried about how much is in my bank right now. I probably got about 300 and something. Matter of fact, I got $342 in the bank right now. But I'm not worried about it. Because, you know, I get that $1,400 every month. I get a little bit of money from YouTube. You know, I'm not worried about my bills. Are only about my bills. It's it's about $300 a month. See, that's not enough to get me excited and to get me sweating and, you know, palms itching and, you know, raise my $300 a month is not enough to get my blood pressure up, guys. Yeah. Hey, Michael Onstead, thanks for that super sticker. And Michael Onstead, he's our own channel insurance professional, guys. If y'all want any knowledge on health insurance in the Philippines, he's actually got a Facebook group. It's called Healthcare in the Philippines. You can get all your answers, all your questions answered. Because I'm retired. I'm not answering your questions. I'm gonna send you the mic. Hey, says Travel Vlogs, advance happy birthday. I'm not gonna say that. Your birthday's coming up. Jeffrey Shafaris says, when can Americans come? I have no idea, Jeff. You can come if you got a valid visa. And then I think it's a 10-day quarantine and then 4 days at home. So it's 14 altogether. Maximus says if you got 500,000 plus a pension or other residual income, then you are set to retire. Or you can bring that 500,000 over and be set to retire. You know, man, I promise you, man, in the last 3 years, let's see, that okay, with that $1,400 a month, because remember, I just now started getting anything from YouTube back in January. So what's 1,400 times 12? What, 16,800 for 2 years? That's about $34,000 for 2 years. I'm not going, for the rest of my life, I'm not going to accumulate anything near 500,000, nor will I spend anything near 500,000 over here in the Philippines. You could move over here with that 500,000. You wouldn't have to wait. See, that's what I'm saying. That guy, J.D. Rolfe, was right on the money. Where you choose to live is going to impact your financial future. If you stay out there in San Francisco, 500,000 ain't going to last you no time. But you move here to San Carlos City, that same 500,000 is going to last you a long time. Okay, Michael, sorry. He said the health insurance in the Philippines. That's health insurance in the Philippines. Sorry. Steele said, when I ride a motorcycle, I want to pop a wheelie and jump it. Yeah, well, you better have your insurance. You better take the mic, talk with Mike Onstead first. Mashira Matano says that I missed the update about the Philippines with the American father. No, there hasn't been an update. This guy we've done everything we can. I sent off a letter for Gail. I asked her to write him every week. I think she's lost hope. I try to talk to her at least once a week to try to encourage her. Gail, don't give up. We've come this far. You know, you came this far. She came this far. She came this far. Nothing. in 30 years. Now she's come this far. This isn't the time to quit, Gail. But no, Mashiro Matano, there is no update. I mean, I'm going to go on record and call him a clown and say, I don't know who you talking to out there, man, but you don't owe this woman nothing. There's no child support you owe. She just wants to meet you. That's it. I mean, if anybody knows him and can get to him, but you can't teach morality, man. I'm not trying to change anybody's morality, but yeah. And then, as a matter of fact, Mashiro, I got somebody sent another. She's half black, half Filipino, and it's not just black men. You go up in Luzon, it's plenty European, Filipino. They leave them behind. Well, this guy, he's in contact with his daughter, but he's made excuse. This lady's 37 years old, man. Shut the fuck up, man. I do the right thing by this girl. He done pissed me off more than Gail's father. He's in touch with the girl. He knows that the girl is his. And he won't do anything. Keep making excuses about how much money it's going to cost and all that. He never even signed the girl's birth certificate. But don't get me started, guys. I don't want to get my blood pressure up. But yeah, these men like that, man, they get on my nerves. Yeah. Mel A, I'm with you. Said Gail, don't give up. And that's what I'm telling you. Brazilero Shelton said, what's the timeline on your guest house? Do you think after your regular home is finished being built? Well, right after my regular home, I got to get that wall built first. Brazilero Shelton. You can't have a house just sitting in the open. I wouldn't even put my family, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put them at risk like that. You need a wall and a gate around there first. Then I'm gonna do the guest house, but it's not gonna take long because the engineer, this guy is sharp, man. He's got some plans. He said, Calvin, I got some ideas to really get that up and going. He said, you don't have to build that with hollow block. He's got some ideas. Grumpy Dude Brian says, San Francisco is the third most expensive city on the planet. I hope no one is stupid enough to retire to San Francisco without $2.5 million in the bank. I know those NFL players are probably mad when they get drafted by San Francisco. But a lot of times when I was in Cincinnati, the team, they'll put you up in a hotel if that's what you want to stay in a hotel for the season. And then when the season's over, you can go back to wherever you come from. William Pope said, can you start a dating service? Man, I wouldn't touch that. Be honest. No, I wouldn't touch that one, brother. I tried to just do a little public service by interviewing some local women. It was a disaster, brother. I mean, I promise you, man, it broke my heart, man. Because remember I told you I thought I could read Filipinas and Filipinos. I can't, man. And I have to, be honest and tell you that I can't. Because they fooled me. Every last one of them fooled me. And every last one of them's full of shit. And I'm going to go on record and saying that, And, the last one especially pissed me off. John had her out to be some innocent girl. And, John knew what he was doing. He knew when I put her on there. And, because John, he cares about those people over there. That's why his wife's, he cares about the Filipinos in that era because his wife's from there. So he knew when I put that girl, when I interviewed that girl, because he dressed it up real good. And I told him about this. I'm not just talking about this. I'm straight up. I don't have nothing. I told him, I said, you knew when I put that girl on there that money was going to come flowing into her. You did that on purpose to help her. And he did because he knew that she wasn't this innocent that, that they make themselves out to be. you know. And then come to find out, some guy asked her, says, well, how much is a motorcycle there? Right? A motorcycle, man. I'm living here. You know what this girl told him? 800,000 pesos. It's a damn lie. You can get a motorcycle here. And did John try to, I'll get, well, 200,000. No, John. Try 65,000. You know, 800,000 for a motorcycle. Come on, man. Get out of here. RLB says that 1.4 thousand, around 70,000, is the average monthly salary of a bank manager here in Metro Manila. Yeah. But see, that's why I quit doing it, guys. I quit. I'm not going to do a dating service. The only women I'm going to interview now are going to be scammers. I'm trying to help y'all really now. I was trying to help y'all with that. I got food. Now, I'm going to show you what to watch out for. I got two good ones, but they're shy. They don't want to come over on. But I said, look, why don't you let me disguise you? Disguise your face. Travel Mike said, hey, what's going on, Iskandari? That's Victor. He said, morning, bro. My flight is 28 September. Man, I hear you, brother. Yeah, they took the UAE off the list. So you good to go. Travel Mike said, I'll never have an LDR again. Bad idea. I will wait until I arrive and visit the malls and markets. Yeah, I would do the same thing. Yeah, Clayton married. She was trying to make a force. I couldn't believe it. You know, in America, yeah, you know, you might pay. I don't know how much a motorcycle. How much does a good motorcycle cost in America? But over here, my girlfriend, let me show y'all this. She's got now that's a Honda Click. That's brand new. Well, maybe 4 or 5 months old. It's a 150. Now, most of the motorcycles you see, scooters running around here, they're 125, right? We paid 97,000 for that, okay, on the payment plan, all right? And she's telling 800,000. What universe are you living in, girl? I was pissed off when he told me that. And then John said, well, at least 200,000. I said, John, for a motorcycle? And he started talking about, well, you know, because their roads are bad back there. Well, I don't give a damn what kind of roads they got. It would cost you that much. Yeah. Iskandari says it costs no higher than 75,000. Yeah. 200,000. That's crazy. Bill Ellis says about 2,000 US for a Honda in Thailand. Yeah, it's about 100,000. Yeah, but she's saying the least John was coaching her, 200,000. Are you crazy, John? GTA Nut says my Filipino girlfriend taught me to be a minimalist, and being wealthy means nothing. I owe her my life. At 57, I lost my family and house. I was at an all-time low, and this woman changed my life. It sounds like my story, man. It's a lot of stories like that over here. I had to learn, of all places, to come to the Philippines to learn how to live. See, I was too busy working and worrying over there to live, man. I tell you, it was a 7-day-a-week job for me. When I wasn't at work, I was thinking about work. When the bills wasn't coming in, I was thinking about the bills, man. It occupied my mind. You know, I don't care if I'd go to the Smoky Mountains. It didn't matter where I went. I couldn't get away from it. Only when I came over here was I able to relax, man. Look at my nails. I never could grow nails till I came over here. Rasta Nat, he said, Calvin, it's not your fault. The guys need to also do their research on these women. The girl I'm talking to asked about a motorcycle in our lab. Yeah, you know, it's too early, first of all, to even be talking about money. Don't even talk about money. But see, we're the ones who bring it up. Man, I tell you what, if y'all only knew the stories, I could tell y'all. But out of respect for gentlemen who say, Calvin, don't share my information, I won't do it. It's heartbreaking. It's foolish. And you're thinking, you'll never have financial freedom over here thinking like that. as low as the cost of living is over here, you're going to forfeit that being an idiot. You know, it's like, you got to be a damn fool to spend the same amount of money over here as you spending at home. That's all. That's all. I ain't going to sugarcoat it. You got to be a damn fool. Christopher Leroy says, even way overseas, and you have to keep the hustle off of y'all. Yeah, but really not. But what we do is we bring up that kind of money. We want to be the knight in shining armor. We think we have to save these women over here, man. They don't want to be saved. A lot of them just want to be loved, a lot of them, you know, eventually, but they don't want to be saved. The minute we start talking to them, I promise you, within the first day or two, we're already talking about money. Oh, I'm going to send you something. And what woman in a right man who's earning, the people in their village earn about 50 pesos a day, stringing bait on fishing lines. That's $1 a day, guys, if you don't know the exchange rate. What woman's not going to say, if you say, I'm going to send you $100 or $200, it's not going to take that. Because how long would that take? Do your math. It's $1 a day. That's $30 a month they're earning. And they work the whole entire day. Okay? So you say, oh, I'm going to send you $200. Because that's nothing to me. That's about 7 months' pay for them. They're going to say, yeah, send it. And keep on sending it. Travel Mike, thanks for that super chat. He says, I'm going to tell you guys, them women are very smart. They will have you sending money without you ever asking. Without them ever asking. I've done it. They know the game. Yeah, they're going to keep telling the sad stories and show you the background of their house. And you're going to see it. And you're going to, you know, the pity. You're going to say, oh, I got to, you know, I feel sorry for her. So I'm going to send her a couple of hundred. Some guy asked me, was $2,500 a week enough? I'm like, man, that's a great salary over here. Hey, Sam Champion, he says, Sunshine Shoulders, what size is your mattress? Full queen? Queen. I got a queen. I paid $300 for the mattress and the solid wooden bed. There's nothing in my house other than this stupid computer I'm talking to you on right now that I never should have bought, by the way. That costs over $300. Why? I'm in the Philippines. Nothing. You can't buy a nice chair in America for $300. Not a nice one, because the last Lazy Boy I bought at Value City was $299. I got a whole living room suite in there. Yeah, Honda Click 150 in the Philippines is $1998, not $16,000. Yeah, that's right. We spent $97,000. That's about what that is. Yeah. Belizean Edwin says, whenever you chat with a Filipino online, first thing they would say, can I ask you a favor? They'll say, may I ask? But majority of them won't even do that. They won't do that. It's the unspoken agreement, guys. Remember, I tell you about that. It was a magnificent analogy that Mike came up with. He came up with the wording, but it's the same. It's pay for play. They know it. But the problem with you sending money is when you're talking online, she can't hold up her end of the bargain of the unspoken agreement. See, that's why I say don't send money. Wait till you get over here and take care of it. And that way you both can, you can uphold your end of the bargain. She can uphold hers. Lynn San Diego 102 said, my auntie was married and her husband died and left her a lot of money. A guy went after her and she ended up getting scammed by the guy. She was lonely. She didn't care about her money. Well, a lot of that happens over here, Lynn. When I was down in Zamboanga, a Filipino was married to a foreigner. Okay. He built the magnificent house. I think the house might have been 10 million pesos, somewhere around there, left her money in the bank. Okay. Here's what happened. when he died, the minute he died, he wasn't cold in the ground. She sold the house for about a tenth of what it was worth, went through his money because ended up dating this younger Filipino man over here. And God's my honest witness. This woman's living in the squatters area right to this day, struggling, mightily struggling, where this man set her up for the rest of her life. But you can't, some people here, not all, I'm not going to generalize, they can't handle abundance like that. And that's why I tell guys, you know, it just breaks my heart. A guy that I consider my friend, man, you know, he sent all his money to this girl over here, man, millions of pesos, man. Now she done run off with a Filipino man. She done just cut him off. You know, he can't reach her no more. You know, I guess she figured, you know, I've got enough. You know, he bought a piece of land. She sold it. You know, and by the way, didn't give her mother not one peso. I think she got 1.3 million for the lot that she bought, that she sold. He bought it for her. And hell, she didn't even give him time enough to build the house. He was going to put a nice house on it because the guy, he's a multimillionaire. Like I say, he's a friend of mine now. He was going to spend another 3, 4, 5 million on a house with a swimming pool. But because she had never come across that kind of money like that, she was like, well, I got enough. 1.3 million cash is enough for me. That's like you having 1.3 billion in cash, okay? But she had 1.3 million pesos. She cut him off. That's it. Hasn't given her mother 1 peso. Won't even speak to her sisters and brothers now because she's big time now. Okay? But they can't handle that kind of abundance, guys. You're not doing them a favor. How many times have I told you? You're doing more harm when you give them women that kind of money like that. It's okay to take care of your woman. You know, there's nothing. If I got it, she got it. And she knows it. But I'm not going to go off and spend $2 million for a piece of land for her and give her 1 million pesos in cash and all that. Not Calvin. Not this Calvin, maybe another Calvin. Yeah, Miss Jody, that's a soulless person, believe it or not. And I tell you, man, and it was one of the women I interviewed. See what I'm saying? I would never do it again because she fooled me. Road to the Philippines says, you're right about it. That's Danny. That's my buddy, Danny. Where you live, Danny? Missouri somewhere? Road to the Philippines said, you're right about them not directly asking for money, but they would tell you the sad situation that they're in, knowing that we were interns sending money. That's the American way, man. You know, hell, you know, I tell you again, we raised 13 million for George Floyd's family, but not just George Floyd. But I bring that up because that's a lot of money, man. 13 million? Yeah, retired 2019 Calvin, your buddy got played. But see, he was in a vulnerable situation. And the only thing I can say about the woman, the only good thing I can say, she never asked him for it, really. But once he started giving, she didn't turn it down either. And, you know, people like her, they're going to fall. She's going to fall, and she's going to fall hard, you know. The guy says, Lynn, is she still attractive? I thought she would be older. And Lynn says, oh, yeah, she's attractive. She's a young 72. Not sick, in shape. Yeah. Good luck, Lynn. But, you know, a lot of people don't want to grow old by themselves. Carl Vaughn said, getting an interview by Sunshine Shoulders in the Philippines is better than the game shows they have. Absolutely. And, you know, it's funny you bring that up. Hold on, guys. It's the water people. All right? Honey, the water, please. And that's another reason, not because the women were so damn ornery, but because they start taking me for granted. I had a line of people, and you ask my girlfriend, you think I'm lying. Every day, so like, will you interview me? I mean, it didn't take long. Wait, here she comes. For them to put that together, Carl. Like, hell, if I get on his show, it's going to change my life because all four of life was changed. Yo, Vanessa's got a piggery now. She was earning 50 pesos a day. Now she's got a piggery now. To be honest with you, BJ said he played but got off easy. Well, hell, I don't know about that. To be honest with you, I don't know how easy he got off. Frank L said, does water come every day? Well, about every day now because, you know, we give Booby, they've gotten back to giving Booby a bath in the filtered water. They've gotten away from that. But she's back doing it now. Rams and Dodgers fans said, what is a piggery? A piggery? No, I'm just joking with you. You know what? She's raising pigs now. A pig farm. Yeah. And Lynn, you know, to your point about your auntie, and I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry that happened. But that's what happens to the men online over here. They're lonely. See? William Pope said, thank you for teaching class 101. You would think you wouldn't need it, William, but we know so little about over here, man. We think we do, but we know so little about over here. But yeah, this guy was lonely, man. You know, he lost his wife. He's just an unbelievable man, and she was so stupid. Retired 2019 said, Calvin, that's 26,000 to gag off easy. That was just the lot. Retired 2019. You got to understand. I showed you my girlfriend's motorcycle, which he bought a brand new motorcycle. Now imagine this. Okay, this woman had no job at all. Was struggling, living with her mother. No prospects for a job. And you meet him and gets millions of pesos like that. He bought her right off the bat 117,000 peso motorcycle. See? Michael McFarland said there's a piggery in Barangay 1 in San Carlos City. It's one right across from my house, guys. If you watch my video, that big metal fence you see on the other side of there's a piggery. They're trying to they're signing a petition. I don't sign it. That's the kind of stuff that gets you killed over here. Because she got to pick, this lady got money. See, and I told, because my girlfriend's, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go up. I said, no, you're not going to go up nowhere. So they can hurry up and, you know, and do, and I said, no, you're not going to do any of that. Okay. Clayton Murray says, is this Clayton Murray? Yes, said, Calvin, where'd you get the name Booby from? I don't know, man. She just looked like a booby when she was born. He said, that's a crazy name. Yeah, but no, he didn't get off easy because he fell in love with this woman. I don't know how that happened because he's lonely, but he fell in love with her. I'm talking about madly in love. And now, you know, he's really, he's hurting, man. And, you know, Cal Dedman says, once you go to social media and express your loneliness, the predators will come out. Yeah, they're going to come. And, okay, now this woman, now he treated her so well, guys. Listen to this. Tell you what you're dealing with over here on a certain level, on some levels over here. Two of this woman's friends have already come after him now. Once they found out she shut the door on him, now they trying to come after him. And, you know, whatever she didn't do, they going to do to try to get some of that money. You know, this is cold, man. This is cold when you act like that. But when y'all see a lot of these women, all you see is these little cute, innocent faces. I'm telling you, it's not that all the time, man. Not all of them, but it's some cold creatures over here. Yeah, they the same day they found out, these are friends of hers, not strangers. These are friends. Once they found out she had cut the cord, they come trying to plug him back in. Hey, thanks, Retard 19 said, great show, Calvin. A. Peterson said, remember, Calvin, no good deed goes unpunished. Yeah. And I told my girl, I said, she gonna fall hard because she was dirty. She knew from the beginning she didn't want him, but it wasn't until he bought that land and she started doing the figures and said, see, 1 million pesos over here, man. I'm telling you, it's equivalent to her. The masses of Philippines, she's part of the masses. 1 million pesos, it's the same as 1 million, like you having $1 million in your hand in America. See, it's the same thing. You're going to get the same one. Imagine somebody just giving you $1 million in America. That's how it is if you give a Filipino from the masses. I'm not talking about the ones like my engineer, and it's a lot of people like that over here, that's in that 1/3 that they got money like that. You give her 1 million pesos. She got 1.3 million, and now she done disappeared. Didn't give a struggling mother who, by the way, took care of her and her kids when she moved back here from Bahal. Didn't have a peso or, a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, my mother used to say. But now all of a sudden, she got all this money and material stuff. She ain't looking at her mother or brothers and sisters who are struggling, man. It's like hitting the lottery over here. Yeah, still, so exactly. They will blow money like a lottery ticket. That's why I tell you, when you come over here, look, let her go to the store, but you manage the money. If you want to go to the market, here, honey, here, but you don't make the mistake that I made. Because I said, well, hell, when I first got over here, I said, well, maybe I'm going to let her handle the money. Maybe she's better with the money than me. No, they're used to handling real tiny budgets. You start, okay, say, for instance, my girlfriend lives now. We'll stay in the present. She was handling a budget of about $7,000 a month. Now, imagine if I'd have came over here with my little 1,400, and now it went up to $70,000 a month. How do you think she would have did with that? The same way she's doing this little silly shit now. The other day, my live stream, I was on here, and they brought them 1,100 and something peso underwear for booby. They start doing stuff like that, guys, that she would never do if I wasn't here. See? Wow. Yeah, John Calder, it's not. But here's the key word, this is John Calder. He says, the first time I met my Filipino girlfriend, I bought her a motorcycle, computer, and set up the internet. Our 16th anniversary in 4 days. But you met her, though. It's a difference between just, imagine if you sent her that money before you ever met her, and you sent it to her online. Hopefully you didn't do that, but you're not going, most of us, we don't get unlucky over here, but he got unlucky, guys. But you can save yourself from that. You won't lend your partner $20, but you'll send a woman over here $1,500. You're 10,000 pesos a week. But if your mother say, hey, can you buy me a pack of cigarettes? I ain't got it. Your sister say, hey, can you bring me a 6-pack of beer? Loan me $20, I can make it back and forth to work. I ain't got it. But this little stranger from 8,000 miles away overseas, my mother's in the hospital. My grandmother's got a doctor bill and needs a medicine. You hurry and send money over here. I don't get it. Yeah, Derek Greenway, you cannot give them lots of money too fast. And that's fact. AC King says she's going to find out that money runs out if you don't have a source anymore. She cut off her source when her new boyfriend spends her broke, she will get it. Yeah, she's going to fall hard because what's going to happen is they're going to do the same thing a lot of people do over here. Okay. They're going to start a business. No, by the way, no management skills, no business experience, nothing. But it sounds good. I'm going to start a business and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. And that's where majority of the money is going to go. Instead of, she got 2 small children, instead of just going and build a house for, you ain't got to spend the whole million. Build a Filipino house over $500,000. Now you still got $800,000 left. And you're not going to do that. They're going to chip away and nickel and dime it away. I promise you. Oh, okay. Lynn saying you're going to. She said, Calvin, it's easy to set up Zoom, meet with everyone. Let's, okay. I'm going to try that, guys. But how many emails would I have to send out, though? And could I Zoom it on YouTube? Because a lot of people on here, they don't have Zoom. All you need to do is send invite to everyone's email. Imagine that. And they click on the link in the email, and that's all you need. It will be fun. Yeah. There's 300 people on here. There's a lot of emails. But yeah, I'd like to. What I'm going to do, and I promise you I'm going to do this. I'm going to write it down now. I'm going to do my next live, Lynn, on StreamYard. And I can bring as many people as I can on there. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you one. I'm going to send the NTZ and a couple of more of y'all. If y'all send me y'all email, I'm going to send y'all the link to join the show on Tuesday, guys. It'll be Monday night in America. So, yeah, I'm writing this down now so I won't forget. I'm going to do it right after this. I'm going to StreamYard my next live. And I'm going to bring some of y'all on and let y'all tell y'all story. Yeah, Scott Tripp, Lisa John Calder, you were lucky. I was too, but I also met my wife in person before I sent much more than a plane ticket home from Kuwait. Most of the time, you're going to be okay, guys. All right? Because you really can't get lucky over here. Most of the women over here, they're not after, your money for real. We're our biggest problem. We're the ones who corrupt the women. They're not really after your money. They're not really, yes, an unspoken agreement. And they're not going to ask you for anything because they want to sort of like, hey, I want to do my part too. You can get unlucky. You just have no business sending all that kind of money over here before you ever meet anybody. I mean, if you want to help a woman out or something, you want to buy her a field health plan or something like that. Yeah, that's okay. But when you start spending $117,000 for a motorcycle, $1.3 million for a lot, a piece of land, if you've never met the girl before, you've never touched her, you never, come on, guys. Paul Abrams said you have to be careful with all women because most men love harder than women. That's why men have to be careful. And you're right. And every time I tell people this, men fall in love first. All right. And when you see that little cute, because Filipinos, they're cute as a button. You see them online and you're going to fall, man. The longer you chat with them, you're going to fall in love with them. And that's when the problems start. Your thinking is clouded. You're not thinking right. And that's why a lot of our family and friends are concerned about us over there. See? Because they say, how you going to go over there and people are going to take advantage of you? No, you're going to take advantage of, he's going to take advantage of himself, ma'am. The Filipino's not going to take advantage of him. He's going to take advantage of himself. She's never going to have to ask him for anything. He's going to give it to her. And we're our biggest problem. We get in our own way. Maxwell said, Calvin, it sounds like you do not have to leave when your 3 years are up, as immigration will give you an extension past 3 years because of the pandemic issues. Some people explain it like that. Some people say it only applies to people who are overstaying already. Um, they should have had a Bureau of Immigration official. If this would have been anywhere else but the Philippines, they would have done this. Verbally explain this advisory. Instead, they've left it for everybody to interpret on their own, and it's become a mess. You go on one channel, Adventures in, and she got like 22,000 subscribers. Adventures in America, Filipino lady. She explains it as if it's only for 9A, people with 9A visa holders only. Some people say, oh, it only accounts for people who've already overstayed 12 months or less. And then some people say, like you, Maximum, that it covers everybody. Even the people who have not overstayed yet. I haven't even overstayed yet. I wouldn't overstay until December the 6th. I've got to be out of the country December 5th. That should have been front page news. Somebody should have been explaining that verbally, but it's the Philippines. Nothing makes sense here. It doesn't have to make sense, and it never will. It's the Philippines. But, you know, it should have been a lot clearer, Maximus. That is big news. It's important news for a lot of people. You know, does it cover everybody? What about the guy that's been here for 8 years? Does it cover him? You know, and didn't renew his visa and all of that. See, hey, Proc B, thanks for that super sticker. But you don't even have to be. You don't have to even have anything, guys. Just use your common sense. The same common sense that allowed you to be successful, retiring from the Navy or the military, off your job at the post office for 30 years, or as a school teacher, or whatever. Okay? Use that same common sense. Why all of a sudden do you throw it out the window when you meet the Filipino? I know why. BJ said Calvin really lucked out with his Filipino. I keep waiting for her to come out and bop him on the head for all the truth he speaks. But she's not, because she knows how I am. It's just how I am. You know, see, me and her, we talk like it. A lot of the information, man, that I get, that I relay to y'all, I get from her. See, it never occurred to me. I was naive like everybody else. Okay. It never occurred to me that the Filipino I was chatting with 3 or 4 other men. It never occurred to me. She told me that. She said, yeah, Calvin, because I was. And she told me the men she was. And what happened was, when we first met, I made her do this to this guy in America. She was chatting with 2 guys in America, an Asian guy and a white guy. So on our first date, we went to Sicky Hall with her. I made her, and she'll come out here and tell you. I made her, I said, look, because he's still chatting back and forth to her. She said, look, he chatted me back. I said, yeah, well, you take a picture of me and you in the bed and you send it to him. And she did. And that was that with that. He didn't bother no more. Hey, LR, thanks, Larry, for that super stick. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, she sent him that picture, and that was it. Cal Devin said Cal's a beast. No, you know, he's bothering me every time that damn notification bell is going off. I said, what the hell is that? And it's this guy I think he was from North Carolina. I said, I'll get him. And we got into this pose, you know. And yeah, that was the end of that, Cal. No, Glenn, I'm serious. That was true. Maximum said Sicky Hall for a love potion number 9. Yeah, they got that love potion over there. I bought some. I left it in Zamboanga, though. I meant to bring it here. I don't know if it works or not, but it's just some crazy stuff. Hey, Larry, thanks, man. I love you back, brother. on the side of it, it says, don't open this when you're going past a cemetery. Or it's crazy over here, man. They have you laughing. They're dead serious. Like, don't carry this past a cemetery, all kind of stuff. Yeah. One click video said you take a picture of you and her in the bed. Yeah, I did, and I sent it to him. It didn't show no. It showed enough to let him know she's busy right now. Quit sending all that stuff. And the other guy, she just told him, the Asian guy, she just told him, and he left her alone. Because see, it's crazy because I was already in the Philippines when I met her. So I just got here first, guys. Don't think that I'm not joking with that, man. I don't care who you chatting with and how much y'all into each other. Let somebody else get here first. And all that's out the window. I don't care how much money you spent. It don't matter. It's first come, first serve. And can you blame them? Because Filipinos are smart. They know that most of the people that they chat with are never going to set foot in the Philippines, man. Okay? That's the bottom line. They know that you're not coming. They know that you're filling them with a bunch of bull, and they don't know who it is. They don't know which one is coming and which one isn't. So they tell y'all all the same. They show y'all all the same stuff. The whole 9 yards. Maxwell says a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush. And that's the way they look at it. That's a fact. I'm not going to say that, hey, Kano, that's funny, but he said, I asked my ex if she had some white in her because she was light-skinned. She said, no. I said, you have some white skin in you now. Don't quit your second job, hey Kano. Hey, Kano. Yeah, Derek Greenway, he said, hey, Cal, she was getting dug out. Yeah. Because when my girlfriend first met me, I'm going to tell you what she said. She said I said, so what was you thinking about me when we first met? We went to Sikiho and all that. She was like, this guy wants to have sex all the time. I don't know if I can deal with him. That's all he wants is sex. That's what she told me. See, she can be honest with me. But then, Clayton Murray said, yeah, first in, first serve, roll on, roll off. Oh, no, that's the fairies. No, it's true. But yeah, she told me, she said, I don't know. This guy likes to have sex all the time. But I told her straight up, I said, look, I've got a high sex drive. I said, I told her this when we were still chatting. If you can't handle it, don't, because, I'm just being honest with you. She said, no, it's okay. Ashiro U Brown said, come on, let's go, people. There's 300 people watching, only 184 likes. Smash that like button, family. BRL said, how many times a week? How many times a week? Yeah, how many times a day? Probably about 3 times a day. But since boobies here, see, it takes away from my, emotional entanglements. We got words for it. We'll call it tumbling, so the kids don't know what we're saying, or, our passion session. We come up with words but now that boobies here, I mean, my God, boobies a cock blocker, man. I'm going to tell you now. She's the world's greatest cock blocker. Because the minute she sees me getting ready to make a move, she wants to wake up in the bed. Yeah. And, she wants to breastfeed. And I mean, the minute I touched her, here comes Booby turning over. That's a fact, JH. Booby's a cock blocker, boy. I tell you. You know. Yeah, Cal Deadman, I'm serious. Smoking Man Marley said kids make great contraceptives. Yeah. Cal Deadman, somebody get him. Man, we're grown on here. Frank L said Booby knows what's going on. I'm gonna tell you something though. I said the same thing because one time we in there, we getting busy, man, and Booby wakes up and she's just sitting there watching us, and I had to stop, man. I was like, no, Booby knows what's going on. Crazy. Grumpy Dude Bryant says about the new Bureau of Immigration restructure bill, it would change the immigration policies for U.S. citizens as that policy is set through treaty with U.S. government, which needed to be voted on by the Philippine Congress. Is that right? Rasta Nadi says, hey, Calvin, how was the new sex pill you tried? It was good, man, but I'm going to tell you something. It makes your blood pressure go up, man, because I don't want to take them pills. Matter of fact, she made me throw them away. I threw them all away. But yeah, Rasta Nadi, it works, but it heightens, you know, my blood pressure was so high. You know, and you can tell. Oh, yeah, Scott Tripp, that's not going to happen. And that's a good thing by her having two sisters. See, we're going to put her in there long before that. But Booby now, man, it scares me. BJ said 3 times a day. He says, yeah, you got a few years left in you, bro. Don't sweat getting older. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you, though. A young, you know, hot Filipino is a Viagra for you, man. I'm going to tell you, because remember I told you when I came over here, I thought something was wrong with me, you know, because my wife in America wasn't getting it done for me. Yeah, J.H., he said, Cal, did you tell them about the iron lung guy? I did. I didn't even know that iron lungs was still in effect, man. You know, this guy I'm talking about, I thought you was playing a joke on me, Jay. I thought you sent me a film of, like, you know how Facebook is so stupid, man. It looked to me like he's being born, like his head is coming out of the womb, but it's a damn iron lung, and it tells his story. And as inspiring as it is, man, this man's got to be miserable. He wrote books. He graduated from law school. He passed the bar. He did everything, but he's got to be miserable as hell. I'm talking about nothing is showing. It's a big, it looked like he's in some damn factory. You know them lines that run through the factory? He's in a big-ass machine. Only thing showing is his neck. And, you know, and then he's got somebody brush his teeth, wash his face, and everything. And he's in bad shape, man. I mean, it's inspiring, but I'm a realist, man. I know he's miserable. And the only thing I could get out of it, he probably wants to see a naked woman, Jay. That's all I can get out of it. Yeah, Derek Green. Wade said he got the little blue pill from the doctor. She said, no, put that up. Yeah. It works, man, but, you know, it makes me feel funny, man. My blood pressure goes up. I start feeling warm. Yeah, Carl Vons, you're right. He says, I think the passion sessions increase 2 or 3 times the normal rate a man is used to once you come here. But see, my son's mother was worse. She would beg me, man. I was like, it's the only time in my life I've ever turned a woman down. I mean, she wanted it all the time, man. I'm like, we just did it 20 minutes ago. I mean, she'd come in and, you know, and give me not a tune-up. She'd give me an oil change. And I'd be out there relaxing like, oh, man, it's the best oil change I ever had. I'm drinking coffee. I'm reading my book. I'm relaxing. Then she'll come out there, let me do it again. I'm like, we just did it. You know, I'm not a machine. I mean, she really want to do it again. And it's crazy, man. But I just want to let you guys know what you're getting ready for when you come over for the first time and you meet the right one. I mean, really, I never seen nothing like this. And that's why I tell you, she's over there breaking hearts because, you know, guys, we're not used to that over there. You know, every now and then, yeah, if you get a crackhead or something, but not a regular woman. I mean, that Filipino tune-up is real, guys, and you ain't gonna believe me till you get over here. But I don't want to get Lynn mad at me. She said when I talk like that, it brings the creeps out on my show. But, you know, one thing I can respect about Filipino women is they're natural, man. They don't, you know, when you talk about sex to them, you know, I'm talking about once you get to know them and, you know, it's not some old crazy, you know, oh, you know, they don't get religious on you. Know, Jesus is watching and all of that. They don't do all that. You know, they're a lot more mature when it comes to stuff like that. But yeah, I got to get off here, guys. It's Sunday. We go to the store on Sunday. And I'm going to tell you, it's getting the COVID is getting bad over here. Philippines may never open for, I'm going to tell you this. They probably is not going to, I don't think it's going to open in 2022. If they don't be careful, it's going to be the next India. It's up to 26,000, over 26,000 cases yesterday. That's the most since the pandemic started. Yeah. Hey, Kano, thanks for that super chat. He said, my ex at 21 will wake me up 2 times a day when I tried to sleep after the night shift and have to go back that night. I had to have a talk with her. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was true, man. It blew my mind. It was something out of your wildest dreams. It's the only thing I can come up with. It's like, am I dreaming? You know, I mean, and then they'll do it the best you ever had it. And then you'll be like kick back, relaxing, like, oh, you know, you can't even, you know, let your blood settle down and you can't calm down and enjoy the moment, the memories, you know, of it. She's ready to do it again. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. And boy, she get mad about that too. AC King says a problem I like to have, especially after 10 years of the cold shoulder. Wow. Yeah. I'm surprised your hand hasn't called 911 on you for domestic violence or domestic abuse. But yeah, you're going to get a different story over here, AC King. Joseph Relford said, damn, Calvin, wish I had it so bad. It's bad over here, Joseph. Maxima said they're going to open for Christmas 2021. You think so? I don't think so, man. Yeah, CT Hill said, take care, Calvin. You continue to be safe, too. Yeah, guys, I got to get off here, man. Thank y'all so much for the super chats and super stickers. This craziness y'all got going on over here. AC King said the hand is asking for alimony. That's crazy. Okay, one-click videos. Thank you, brother. Yeah. But all the super chats, super stickers, thumbs up, all the support, man. It's been a blast, really, this last year. I couldn't ask for any better, man. Y'all really made my time over here a whole lot better than it was already, believe it or not. And that's real talk, man. You know, I love to see some of you guys in person, man. Yeah, I click videos. He said, oh, the hand calling that. Yeah, he's like, come on, man. Yeah, Lynn saying, I appreciate it. I appreciate you too, for real. I'm glad you came back. I didn't mean to, offend. We're just playing, really. A lot of times you can't be too serious. Plus, it's a pandemic. We gotta laugh at something, guys. Come on. That's a fact. Hey, let's get these webcams off here, Cal. Unless you trying to click on them. But yeah. The hand is tired, man. He's like, come on. He's big into your wife, AC. Oh, yeah, it's a troll. I know. I'm going to get him. But Cal's over there. I don't know what he's doing. Hey, thanks, BJ. I appreciate it, y'all. If you're in America, it's already late. I hope you help somebody, man, before you went to bed. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, just getting off second shift, are you making that double time right now? You see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a few dollars. Lynn, you on the West Coast, you still got time. You can go out and help somebody. Go out there on the way to when you're going. Do y'all got 7-Eleven out there, Lynn? But if you're in the Philippines, it's only 12:24 p.m., right past noon. Got the whole rest of the day. You can intentionally go out there and find somebody to help. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Let me put on my favorite. I can't leave y'all without this. This guy, Anthony Edwards, I haven't seen him on the live stream lately. Thanks, Will Rose. I appreciate it, brother. Okay, Lynn. She said we do. I have given more because of you. I have $5 and $1 bills ready. Okay. That's good stuff, Lynn, for real. But see, you're Filipino. Y'all got that kind of heart.
Boots on the ground.
Hey, thanks, Derek Dean. Wait for that super chat and say, hey, Cal, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Y'all would get off here, guys. I got to go to the store because she keeps peeking out. Y'all can't see her. She keeps peeking out here. And, you know, they're not going to say, come on. She's going to do it like that. Unless she wants something else because Booby's in there asleep. But take care, guys. I'll see y'all next time. I'm going to do the StreamYard. And I'm going to send y'all, a bunch of y'all, especially the NTZ. Let me put my email here. Anybody wants to come on, send me your email here. And I'll send y'all the link to join the show. There it is, calroach1@gmail.com. If you want to come on Tuesday, which will be Monday night in America, I'm gonna do my next live stream on the StreamYard. I'm gonna download it today. Okay,